Okay, it looks like we're live. We're trying our new video streamer tonight. This is 8x8, and it looks a lot like Jitsi, I think, because 8x8 bought Jitsi, and they appear to be two separate entities with two separate staffs and two separate sets of servers. Because, for one thing, this set of servers works as opposed to with our other host. I'll quit saying their name, so I'm not disrespecting them, but we couldn't get a connection. And it looks like Minnesota Mike was right there. He said he can't get in for some reason. He can't get into Stunthangar for some reason. Don't know if I can help you there, Minnesota Mike. You say, am I understanding right? You cannot log into Stunthangar. Um, tell me if I'm getting that right. But this is a shakedown run. That's what we're here for. Sparky should be online any minute. He's probably watching us right now, and we're going to see what kind of bugs we've got and what kind of features we've got. And there are some things that are different, so there will possibly be a learning curve that goes with it. It looks like my microphone and camera are both working okay, and there are some other things that are different, so we'll find out. You can't log into Stunthangar. I would suggest rebooting, if not rebooting your browser, to reboot your computer. I don't know if you're using Chrome or what, but Stunthangar's working fine. I just posted the link in the At the Bench thread, which is where the links go every night for the show. And so anybody logged into Stunthangar should be able to get to that. So tell me if after you reboot your browser, and if that doesn't work, reboot your computer. If that doesn't work, then come back and tell me, and maybe we'll figure it out. Phone, okay? Well, turn your phone off and back on, and see what happens. That's sorry, that's the best suggestion I've got right now. Um, everything on everything on my end is working, and that's pretty much what I'm here for right now. But I don't mind helping anybody do anything. I want everybody to be able to do it. Right now, I'm interested in see if our lips sync. Looking at myself talking, it looks like they are, and we've had a big problem with that lately. Is over on our other service, you had to wait and watch somebody's lips stop moving before you could say anything, else you would step on them. And of course, every time I did it, it was always Sparky. I was crushing with my voice, and it sounded like I was being rude. Let's see. Got a new personal message. I got to go check that out. You've been sent a new personal message by Sparky. Let's see. Going over to check my messages. Says I got signed up, but still figuring it out. Okay. So, okay, Sparky. Yeah, after I got signed up, I don't know if it even made any difference because, oh, wait, let me check. Let me make sure I'm on the Stunthangar YouTube channel and not my own damn channel. That would be a problem. So hang on just a second. Yeah, I am on Stunthangar channel. Okay, I was scared for a second that I had started the show on my own channel, but I logged out when I logged in, or when I signed up for 8x8. I signed up on Chrome under my own Chrome and Google ID. And when I opened YouTube to broadcast, I opened the Stunthangar website to broadcast on. So I got everything right that way. And so don't know, but just fiddle around with it and see what you got. It says I have excellent health in my stream right now, so that's good. I'm going to freeze my preview, and that should increase my quality a little bit too. And go back to the chat box. Let's see. Got that. Got new tab. Doesn't need to be opened. Okay, so I got two tabs open. I got my YouTube studio, Stunthangar studio, and I've got my 8x8 frame, and boom, now I've got the chat box open. Okay, let's see. Jack Snavely's in here too. Oh, so is SD70. Says Rusty on train 11Z last week. We had Norfolk Southern Heritage. Okay. Anyway, looks like everything's working here. I'll just have to wait till some video people come in with us and find out if we can talk to each other in a comfortable setting, which we haven't been able to do. It still says my microphone appears noisy. Anybody, Mike or SD or Jack, does my voice sound like it's at a normal level, or do I need to turn my microphone down some or up some? It says my microphone appears to be noisy, and I'm sitting probably 36, 38 inches from the microphone. Is there any, oh, Mike wants to know, is there anybody down with the virus in my area? Yeah, we've had uh, nearly 40 people in South Carolina. Okay, Sparky, looks like you got everything.
Yeah, I went ahead and signed up. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'll work on it later.
Yeah, I couldn't see any change when I signed up either. And Pat was telling me that it added some features, but we'll have to explore. I saw a page while I was clicking around that had some features that were offered, but I didn't take the time to read them all. So as far as the follow me goes, I don't care about that. Everybody can learn to click on a frame to highlight it if they want to see it in a big picture, and that's probably better anyway. That way, I don't have to worry about forgetting that I've got somebody in the big frame.
I'm going to switch my camera location, so I might click off. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I was just doing a mic check. They report back from the tube that my microphone sounds fine as far as the level goes. I still have the noisy message, but
Okay, it's working now.
good.
I can get back over
Apparently 8x8 and Jitsi have two separate staffs and two separate sets of servers because Jitsi's completely crumbled and can't do the job. It doesn't appear. And they say they're working on it, but we'll do this.
I mean, it doesn't much matter.
Well, it does to me because it's a real pain in the ass when it's not working right. And I like to enjoy the show. And when I'm fighting with the damn thing, it's no fun for me.
How do you think I was today? My computer crashed 3 times.
I saw it. Yeah.
The phone got
I witnessed it.
Unbelievable.
You
So,
said you were on an iPad. I didn't know you used any Apple stuff.
yeah, iPhone, iPad, that's what I got.
I didn't know that. I thought you were a Android guy from top to bottom.
No. Okay, so
what about your PC? Your desktop PC and your laptop? That's all Apple. Is that all Apple too?
No. Mac, or that's whatever. Windows.
Windows, yeah.
You can't afford Apple PC.
Yeah, I can't either. I see Dr. Dimples is in here with us. Hey, Dr. Dimples. Sounds good to me. That's what he says. So we got Dr. Dimples, Jack Snavely, SD70, Minnesota Mike. Dang, got a pretty good crowd considering I didn't announce it. I just popped on.
Well, they need to go to at the bench and click the 8x8. Now you're going to have to allow them to access your camera just like before. I have the desktop app installed too. I don't know whether you did that or not.
No, I didn't. Maybe I should. I'll do that when I got time to screw with it. But I'm just glad to know we'll be able to have a Monday night show now. We couldn't even talk for the past couple of shows because of the voice lag.
Use shortcuts.
That's why. That's why I was always talking over you, and it was just a lag because I don't step on people on purpose. So,
Settings here. Well, this is a problem. I'll tell you what, I can stop the live stream from here. That's a problem. In the in this here, yeah. Download our app, use shortcuts, speaker stats, mute everyone. I don't know. We'll have to work on this.
yeah, so we don't want everybody to have access to that stuff. Pat told me that when they used to, they only post that one top link and just erase the rest of them, and that it'll prompt you if you need to download an app from the Play Store. Hey, Charles.
Hey, what's up, Rusty?
Not much, just successfully streaming to YouTube. That's all.
All right, that's good. So it's just Sparky and you and I, huh?
Yep, and a whole host of people over there on the GoogTube.
Oh, that's cool.
How'd you do at VSC, Charles?
Oh my God. Well, I have a friend named I won't name his name.
You have a friend?
Yeah, I have a friend. He's 76 years old, and I was using his plane, kind of like with how you and I was handling the Junar.
Yeah.
At the Nats, and I did, everything you wanted me to do. I did it your way, right? Which is good. Actually, I've adopted some things since I met you. But anyways, it didn't go well with this guy. I mean, every time, not every time, but he made so many mistakes. And like one time, he, this is crazy, right? We had the plane upside down. This time, I'm starting the plane. The engine's running, and I'm putting my rubber hose into my fanny pack. And during that time, he reaches over to take the battery off. Now he's holding the plane with one hand, reaching over to disconnect the battery. And it's one of those batteries that you push down and twist.
Right.
And so it just sprung out, went into the prop, which was spinning, and the igniter went into the wheel pans, broke off the wheel pans. This is during we're getting ready to practice. I mean, just things like that. It's like he had no business even. I've never had anybody take off the battery when I start the plane. And if I'm holding the plane and they started, that's a different story. But I was the one who was starting the plane, starting the engine. I mean, and just stuff like that happened over and over again, and other things like that. And after a while, I just saw a pattern, and I just said, "Forget it. I'm not going to fly anymore." He goes, "What about the second round?" I said, "Forget the second round. I'm not flying anymore. What about tomorrow?" I'm not. That was the third and fourth round the next day. I said, forget it. I'm just not going to fly anymore.
You didn't
So
do like I did and just walk away and say, you do your thing, huh?
I was staying at his house.
Oh. Well, you stayed at
Well,
my house.
I know. I stayed at his house, and I was there all week, and so I just sucked it up,
Yeah, you couldn't fuss at the hand that feeds you, huh?
I know.
I just gave my plane to Charles and walked away. I said, dude, I don't want to see it.
That's probably a smart thing to do. Probably better for Charles too.
So I was. It didn't matter if he watched or not. I was determined to not have to say I'm sorry, Sparky. That was priority numero uno. To hand the plane back to him in the same way he gave it to me.
Yeah, and actually, that's a bad priority to have when you're flying a stunt ship too, because the more conscious you are of trying not to crash, the more likely you are to flub it up.
Yeah, but what you don't understand, Rusty, is this plane flies so well. If you're a halfway decent pilot, it'll fly itself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If that plane could talk, Rusty, it would have been saying, "What are you doing?"
Was this the June RXL?
Yep.
Yeah, and that is a very good flying airplane. Actually, up until that time, I really wasn't used to having a plane that flew that well. So I was used to planes having bad habits and making allowances and finessing this and finessing that. That plane did not need any finessing. I could have hit it much harder than I did. I was just not accustomed to a good flying plane.
I'm gonna switch over to grid view. Y'all tell me if you like it better.
All right.
For
We won't
people on telephones, I think it's too small for them to see the details.
we won't see it here. They'll see it on YouTube, but we
Oh,
won't.
that's right, because I don't have the follow me control. That's right. Yeah, Charles. By the way, I don't seem to follow me control, so that when I want to make it big to present to everybody, I don't have the ability to do that right now. Not that I've found anyway. So
Okay.
everybody manually has to do it, which suits me fine. If
Yeah.
everybody knows to do that, I just have to remember to tell new people to do that, and because I'll forget about it sometimes and leave somebody dominating the screen who's not even talking.
Hey, Sparky, I have a question. I didn't quite understand what you was talking about, the hairspray method. I was watching your build today, and you was just talking about epoxy and the hairspray method. I don't know what you was talking about.
If you're going to put Z-epoxy on the balsa wood, somebody asked, was that you that asked me?
No, it wasn't me.
They said, should I put some dope on it? Well, why would you waste the dope? Just spray the wood with hairspray and then put the Z-epoxy on.
Yeah, that wouldn't serve any purpose to do both.
Hairspray is a light lacquer, and all you're trying to do is to keep the Z-epoxy from sinking down into the wood. So you spray hairspray. I got hairspray right here. You just cheap hairspray and just lightly spray it on, let it dry, and then spread Z-epoxy on it, and then wipe it all off.
Yeah, and hairspray is water soluble too, where Z-epoxy is not.
So when would you do that? You're talking about when you're trying to fuel proof your fuel tank compartment or engine compartment, or when would you do that?
That guy wanted to do a Z-epoxy finishing method, and the Z-epoxy finishing method that I use, first off, use hairspray on a foam wing. When you're going to skin a foam wing with balsa wood, you spray the Z-epoxy on. You put the you spray the hairspray on. You put the Z-epoxy on. You scrape it all off. Then you put your skins on. That uses less Z-epoxy. Well, he
Okay.
wanted to use the Z-epoxy finishing method and take your whole airplane and just dust it on, just dust the hairspray on it, and then put the Z-epoxy on all over the wood and then scrape it all off. And then dope after the Z-epoxy is cured.
Okay.
SD70's asking if that's the Tucker you're working on.
It is my Tucker XL, yes.
I noticed he was watching you this afternoon too. He's been trying to join the forums lately, but I don't think he's been successful yet because he wants to come in live with us.
You must use your real first and last name. It's first name with a space, then your last name. I'm not putting anything through that is not first name, last name.
Yeah, I told him all of that too, but I don't know what the problem is. But that's it. And then you got to answer a couple of questions. And he is not an aeromodeler, but I think he might want to be because he's watching your build threads. He's actually a train driver. What do you call it? You call that an engineer, right? SD. And his forum name, SD70 ACE, is actually the name of a diesel electric engine.
Well, I looked at his channel, and I believe he's a model train guy.
Yeah, he is a model train guy.
That's why I keep suggesting YouTube model builders, because they're all train guys, and they're the guys who got me started in live streaming on YouTube. Bunch of nice guys. I mean, he's welcome to come here, but not getting on the forum unless you use your real first and last name. The reason being is a computer can't think. See, we got so much spam going on. A computer can't think that logically. A computer can't do a space. It's first name, space, last name. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Computers do ones and zeros. The space is a nothing.
Okay. Very good.
He could probably teach us a lot of really interesting stuff too. He puts comments out in YouTube that would be better if he could come in here and talk about it because we don't speak the same language he does about trains. For instance, he just posted Norfolk Southern milepost 168, no defect, track 2, no defect. I don't know. That's related to something he must have posted earlier. So anyway, if we get to know you, SD, we'll probably enjoy having you, and you could do some hell of a show and tells for us too, I bet.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I call him SD. I guess I could call him Ace. That'd be better. Call him Ace. I'm not going to change it now to confuse everybody.
So, Sparky, do you remember a guy named Joe Thompson you used to fly with out there in St. Louis?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, he moved out here to Oceanside. So we've been getting together once a week, flying control line.
Does he know me?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. He said it's been a while since you guys seen each other, but he knows who you are.
You won't find many people in control line that don't know of Sparky. It's getting to be that way with me too. I'll run into people. We had a new guy that was on. It wasn't even broadcasting to YouTube last night, and we had a new guy on, and he said he learned a lot from Sparky's videos, and he learned a lot from my YouTube channel too. And his name escapes me now, but I don't remember it now. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, well, I had a similar experience at the Nats because I never met Richard Oliver, and I saw him and I went over to him and I wanted to introduce myself, And he goes,
Who the
I
hell
know
are
who
you?
you are. I know you. You're Charles Carter. I see you on the video chat forums. And I think he said he's seen my YouTube channel as well. So that was kind of a surprise.
See, you're rubbing elbows with the big guys and didn't even know it.
I didn't even know. I was caught off guard, you know, and that was kind of cool. I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Let me see if I can get Russell on here.
Now, we talked about somebody named Russell last night, but I don't remember what the context was. Well, it sure is relaxing now that we're not having sound lag and I don't have to worry that somebody's talking and I don't know it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to pace myself, give a pause between when someone finishes talking, though.
Yeah, yeah. That is one thing I liked about Google Hangouts. And when I was looking for options, because I've ever since last week I've been looking for options for Jitsi since it was giving us trouble, and
We're on
there
the Hangout now. We finally got it fixed.
there is a free way to use Google Hangouts, I believe.
Go to at the bench. Hold on, Rusty. Hold on. There's
All right.
there's a thread at the bench on Stunthangar. You just go in there. It'll be the top one. Rusty posted it, and click on the link. It's 8x8 / or CV or something like that. Stunthangar, and that'll bring you right into the meeting.
Yeah. 8xh VC, I think, is something like that. Yeah.
All right.
8xh VC.
All right. Well, sorry to bother you. I see you haven't posted on that guy yet.
Hadn't posted on what?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you go. We're in there now. So tomorrow or Monday night, you can come on in. All right. Bye. Okay. Go ahead, Rusty.
Okay.
That's Russell from Oki Model Products.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Did that company buy out? Go ahead, Rusty.
No, you go ahead. I was just filling it.
That Oki Products, did they purchase Tom Morris's business?
Yeah.
Okay.
How is Tom? Has anybody talked to him lately? I know he was pretty ill back a month or so ago.
I'll be going down to see him here in end of the month, probably.
Now, somebody told us last night that John Brodak is doing much better and he's now in a nursing home.
That didn't sound much better to me.
Well, it's not intensive care and it's not a coma.
But I got a feeling with this stuff going on that there ain't going to be a Brodex.
June's awful close, isn't it? Yeah, you might be right. We got a house reserved at the beach for August. I just hope we're able to do that.
I got a feeling there's not going to be a Nats.
Wow. Yeah, well, there's the Palmer at Wood and Arrows is next month on the 25th and 26th. So I'm hoping and believing we'll still have that event, but it might not happen.
You know, when I had a kidney transplant back in 1987, I had to wear a mask anytime I was in and around the hospital or anywhere indoors, but they told me that there was no need to mask up outside because the sun and fresh air mostly the sun sterilized everything, and with the breezes and all, it was relatively safe, and there was no need to mask up. And so that was making me hope that you know, with the summertime coming and the warmer temperatures, um, and the bright hot sunlight everybody's going to be getting exposed to, that this COVID-19 thing might wear itself down,
Don't say that
mutate
word.
itself.
Hey, don't say that word, or the video will be demonetized.
Oh, that's right. They don't want us talking about that. Okay. Yeah. They certainly don't want us discussing it in depth. I say we won't do that. Airplanes. That's what we're here for, as it
Okay,
should be.
I got a skin done. Woo-wee.
Since we've ceased our cussing and gone family room friendly, Sparky, have you gotten better monetization? Has that changed?
No, it's worse. It's the worst it's ever been. YouTube,
I was,
YouTube, YouTube is down 80% from where I started. We're not taking hardly shit in.
all you guys out there on the YouTube chat box, remember we've got the super chat square block $sign underneath the box that you type in if you want to make a little donation for Stunthangar walking around money and server fees and all that kind of stuff. Help Sparky keep his equipment going.
Helps
And
Rusty and Fuel.
yeah, it helps my hobby budget, man. I'm always thrilled when a little bit pops up into my PayPal account. I paid for my AMA license this year, and I bought some stuff when Bob Zambelli went up to Pennsylvania. He went to the Brodak hobby shop and bought me some stuff. So I put it to good use. I even bought a couple of groceries with whatever was left over today. I'm making it sound like you sent me a whole shitload of money. I just kind of saved it up for a while.
I don't send a whole lot, but I send what I can.
I appreciate that. I never expected it, and so I think that's great.
Did you know that a balsa wood wing skin will float 2 cans of beans?
No, I'm not going to ask how you know that. I figure.
Yeah, I was about to ask how you knew that.
Because I don't have any metal weights here. All I got is cans of beans. So I put two cans of chili with no beans in it on the skins in the bathtub, and it kind of floating around. So I had to put the shampoo on it. Oh, what do we got there?
And I was really impressed with you, Sparky, using that jigsaw to cut the landing on that half rib. I was like, man, that is scary.
Yeah, don't do as I do. Do as I say.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that. I just like, I don't have to do that. I'm at home, so. But is that a small jigsaw? I was just trying to figure out. I couldn't see how big it is. It looks like it's kind of small.
It is very small. It's
I got a big old Craftsman jigsaw. I turn it upside down and clamp it in my vise sometimes.
It'd be great if I had some place to do that. This is a $20 Walmart Hyper Tough jigsaw.
Okay, that's not too big.
You got to
And
do it.
I have an old Craftsman, and it's heavy. It's made out of steel. It's my
Yeah,
dad.
mine weighs a ton.
Yes, I couldn't hold that small half rib, and and do what you did, because I'd be struggling just to hold the jigsaw. Plus the torque of the hammering of it would I wouldn't be able to do such nice cuts.
I bet you $100 if that's all I had, I could do it.
Yeah, I bet you could. I bet you could. Oh, that just looked kind of scary. Oh my goodness.
It is. It is. So is
Even
drilling with no backer. You know, if you see me drilling with no backer, what am I gonna do?
yeah, what are you gonna do exactly? You got to keep going. You can't go nowhere, or you shouldn't go anywhere.
I go to work, I come back over here. That's it. Didn't even get to go to John's. I mean, I could have, but I figured that we'll keep our distance for 3 weeks or whatever and see what happens.
Yeah, that's what we're all doing. I had some texts today from some fellow flyers wanting to know if I was going to fly tomorrow. And I mean, in California, we're supposed to be locked down, but I don't think the police are going to enforce it. I mean, they see you, and it's just you and maybe one other person flying. It's not a big crowd. I don't know why.
Yeah, they can't.
It's not martial law, is it? It's just suggestion for self-imposed isolation, isn't it?
I believe so. And only essential companies are open, like grocery stores and banks.
Yeah.
And
being outdoors too, makes a difference. Like I was saying, I think you're safe. Just don't be touching and shaking hands and all that stuff, high-fiving, and just, keep your hands in your pockets and wash them when you think about it, and don't touch your face. And
right.
All right, don't pick your nose.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a young daughter, and I'm telling her, don't suck your thumb. She's old enough to not be sucking her thumb, but I'm having to remind her, don't suck your thumb. This is not a time to suck your thumb at all.
Yeah, well, SD says the railroads are still open. That's good, because if our supply chain failed, I would start being I'd start hoarding toilet paper, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of that, I got the prize today.
What was that?
I went to Walmart and I got the last 6 rolls of Angel Soft.
All right. Hey, I'm happy you're not going to be using leaves and other stuff. That's great. I'm happy for you, Sparky.
The lady on the way out said, "Is there any more toilet paper in there?" I said, "Nope, got the last 6 rolls."
I've been craving a chili dog lately, and I was having trouble finding hot dog buns. I finally got some today at the at Bilo. Actually, I don't know if y'all have Bilos where you are, but
never heard of that.
Well, it's a southeastern chain, I guess. It's a big grocery store. But yeah, I got hot dog and hamburger buns, so I can have me a burger maybe tomorrow. Had a big chili dog today with chili and mustard. I like the old country store kind of chili. I never knew why, but country stores always had the best tasting chili, and I never could duplicate it. And I never knew what it was they did to make it taste that good. But never could I find it anywhere besides a country store where you drive in, get gas, get a Coke, a bag of peanuts, and a hot dog, and it had that flavor that was just so good. And it wasn't until I was maybe 20, 30 years ago, I finally found out it's as simple as they mix the mustard in with the chili, and that's what makes that chili so damn good. And it doesn't take much or you'll overdo it. But country store chili, hot dog chili's got the mustard mixed in with it, so you don't have to add it when you get a chili dog.
And they might even add a little bit of honey or sugar too. Sometimes things we like, they've been sweetened just a tad too.
When I make chili,
That's you,
I
Charles.
usually put a little bit of sugar in it. It's same with spaghetti sauce or any of those meat sauces. I always put a little bit of sugar in it just to get some of the, just to smooth it out. Oh, I want a slitter like Sparky's using. I don't have one. I could make one easy enough.
A what?
A slitter, like you're cutting those strips with.
Well, when I come to Huntersville, I'll bring you one. I got like 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Master Escrew makes those things.
Yep. I got 3 or 4 little planes. I never can find them when I need them. I got to dig for them.
Yeah, I never can find a Sharpie when I need one.
Hey, how many of those you want? Let's see. I got to take these back to work. Here's 4 of them right here, just right off the top.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I just bought a 6 or 7 pack of them, so I have plenty now. But it always frustrates me that I know I have plenty of them.
5.
There we go.
I probably got 10 here. Here's 6. I got to take them back to work. They end up in my pocket on the way home.
I was thinking maybe I should go over to the open forum and make a post that says, "Hey, we're running a test stream hangout tonight, and y'all want to drop in." But
Here's 2 strippers.
All right. Yeah, can you adjust them, or are they what set? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. But I think I'll not post that because I don't want to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning tonight. Get up early so I can get out to the shop tomorrow.
Well, I got a reminder. I got a notification. That's how I found out about it.
Yeah, when I went live, all of a sudden, all these YouTubers came in, and because it pops up a Stunthangar notification as soon as I click it live. But a lot of people either don't subscribe, so they don't get notifications, or they haven't clicked on the notification bell to activate them, or they're just not subscribers to the channel.
Or they're just not interested in you.
Or that.
Yeah, they're probably saying it's not Monday or Friday, so forget it.
Yeah.
And it's not Saturday at John's, so forget it.
Okay, let's.
Oh, Sparky, I really enjoy the Saturday at John's. That's the 2 of you going back and forth, you and John. Well, that is such a neat combination. You know, just a different perspective.
I wish I had time to watch it, but I never have time on Saturdays to sit down and watch anything that takes that much time.
Well, I don't always watch it live. I mean, I'll be in my garage or
yeah, that's true.
Right now, I'm trying to clean my office, and so I would have I'd be doing a playback, so I'm not tempted to get involved. Like I'm getting involved with you guys now, going back and forth talking. But it's great just to have it in the background.
Yeah, that's true. I could watch the reruns, and I do when I want to know how to do something, and I can go back and find the video that it's in. And yesterday I made a 2-minute video at about 8 p.m. telling people we'd had trouble with the stream, but to go ahead and check. And by the time the show was over, it had 120 views.
Yeah, I saw it. I was one of the views too. I got a notification when you did it.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you post a live video. And I recorded it and then posted it after recording. I didn't actually make it live, but I made it public after I finished recording. It was the first time I'd uploaded anything since I got my new bandwidth upgrade, and it was bang, it was up just as soon as I clicked the button. So that's nice, because I'm always used to it taking a half hour to upload a 3-minute baby flight streak video or something like that, you know.
Right.
And it was on the spot yesterday when I did that.
Yep. So, hey, despite my partner at BSC, I still had a great time. I mean, that was my first time to BSC, and I met some familiar faces that I met at Brodax and at the Nats. I saw Joe Gilbert, who I met both times at the Brodax and the Nats, and Bob
Hmm.
McDonald was there. Wesley Dick was there. Bob Brookins. Um,
I've heard all of those names, but I've never met any of them because they're West Coasters. They all live 3,000 miles away from me.
I think those are all. Well, I mean, Joe Gilbert's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm not sure where Bob McDonald is from, but they're all
Michigan.
Michigan. They're all back
Uh,
east, as far as I'm concerned. Those all Easterners.
Yep,
Um,
they're Midwest guys.
yeah, Midwest. Yeah, but that was a fun contest. It's like Brodax, but maybe on a little smaller scale. And but a lot. I mean, I've never seen an old time ignition engine. I've never seen old time ignition plane fly. I was
I
actually with.
remember you saying that the other night. Yeah, and I was surprised at how many people had never seen a sparker like that. And because I see Bob bring them out to the field all the time, so I'm used to seeing them. And I'd forgotten just how rare they are.
Yeah, it's very interesting. That was and then the guy that I was staying with this one guy. The other gentleman, I'll name his name. His name is Bart Kaplinsky. You going to sleep, Rusty?
No, I just closed my eyes.
Okay.
I'll start
So
snoring if I go to sleep. Dang, you can see me close my eyes. I better.
I saw you closing your eyes. I was like,
I'll
I'm like,
go back
that's
to
Bart.
that 1 inch tall picture.
So, anyways, the other gentleman, his name is Bart Kaplinsky, that I stayed with. And he actually was the homeowner, and he actually flew at Disneyland. He actually was
Oh
a
yeah, you told us that about one in his teeth and one in each hand.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
One in each hand I can see, but one in your teeth and what one in each hand?
yeah.
That's superhuman.
Yeah, it is. He's I mean, this guy Bart Kaplinsky he has on occasion, borrowed someone's airplane and then beat them in a contest. I mean, win the contest with someone else's plane. Go out there and just fly it and just nail a pattern down and beat
Yeah,
everybody.
How old
there's
is he
probably a
now?
lot of people that can do that to me, but that's different.
I don't know how old Bart is, but he's probably in his 70s. I'm not sure where, but he's I always don't want to make someone older than they actually are because I don't want anyone to feel they look old. But
Well, there's a certain age you get to where you're proud to be old, you know.
yeah, well, I don't think he's in the 80 club. At the VSC, they have Lanny Shorts. He started this thing several years back where once you hit 80, you get this hat, the 80 plus club.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And at VSC, there's a lot of 80-year-olds flying. We had an 89-year-old guy out there. And yeah, so these guys, they wear their hat with honor, being 80. And
Yeah, wear it like a badge.
oh, absolutely. Because you think about Lanny Shorts was kind of joking about being 80 plus and flying control line stunt. There's 15 maneuvers, and you have to remember them. So, that's
Yeah.
Only one that counts is the 15th maneuver.
Well, you know, Mike Lonke still carries a piece of paper out there with him when he's flying.
Oh, he does. Well,
He did a couple of years ago. I don't know if he still does or not. And kicking my ass with a piece of paper in his hand.
yeah, yeah. Well, just need to put them in the right order.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're no good. Doesn't matter how pretty they are if you don't do them in the right order.
that is so true.
Well, I got a new kind of sweet charts here. I got these chewy, chewy sweet tart,
Oh,
roach bite.
never seen those before.
Uh, I love the good old hard sweet tarts, but I hadn't seen these before. This is Valentine's Day special stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just getting around to opening my
Remember the
Valentine.
old giant jawbreakers?
yeah, jawbreakers. I remember those. And I
My
got my
teeth are way past the point. Oh, mounds. Oh, I detest coconut. I can't even. I used to couldn't even be in the same room with coconut.
really. Oh man,
You know, I went to Jamaica, and they had
right?
fresh coconut, and they would chop it up and carve it out for us, and I loved it. But it did not resemble. I guess it's roasted coconut that we get in the package here. You know that
Yeah,
you
I
put
like
on
those.
toast and
I
that
like
sort of stuff.
toasted.
That I couldn't. I never could stand the texture of that processed coconut, um, and the flavor either. But man, when I went to Jamaica, I came back loving fresh coconut.
Yeah, I love coconut. I actually, I'm West Indian, by the way, and so my grandparents are from Jamaica and Trinidad, and a staple thing we had growing up was what we call coconut rice, where you cook the
Oh, I
rice.
saw somebody make that on the Food Network the other night.
Yeah, you cook the rice instead of in water. You cook the rice in coconut milk.
Yep.
And add beans or a variety of different things. Because my mom used to season it more than you would season a roast, and it was delicious. I mean, whenever we would go
Yeah.
to a potluck, and you'd bring your own dish, um, people would try it and it would be gone very shortly. And people go, "What happened to that coconut rice?" It's like it's gone. It didn't matter how much my mom made, that stuff would just evaporate because people just love it. And they think
You
it's
ever
going to
watch? You
but
ever
it's
watch Guy's Grocery Games on the Food Network with Guy Fieri?
no, I don't really watch the Food
He
Network.
was in a Caribbean restaurant the other day, and the woman was making that coconut rice. Don't know if it was the same recipe, but everybody seemed to love it.
Yes, it's delicious. My wife, she's English and German, and um, she makes it. It's not exactly the same as my mom's. My mom, I think she wanted to take her recipe to the grave, and she did. She didn't really share it with anybody else. So I just remember my mom's being, fantastic, and I've kind of forgotten how it tastes. I just remember it was really, really good.
I
My
know.
mom
Hey,
swears.
Charles, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but it could have tasted like dirt, and it would be Mom's was fantastic.
No, I know, but it really wasn't. My mom was. She didn't start off as a good cook, but she sure did end well. I tell you.
My mom swears it's not true, but I'd be willing to bet anything that when she gives us a recipe of something that we want to make, that she is always made that we loved, that she always leaves something out of the recipe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think moms want to leave that, uh, that fondness with them. They don't want their daughter-in-laws to have that or anybody else. Just them. Yeah.
Mm,
So
these are pretty good. They got sugar coating. They got sugar coating on the outside of them,
huh?
and kind of white sugary stuff. I'm sure it's all pure sugar, different forms of pure sugar through and
Probably.
through. It's got a good fruity flavor though,
Well,
kind of
you're
like
definitely
Mike. That's why I
really.
like Mike because they taste like real fruit flavors.
Yeah, you turned me on to that. I really do like Mike and Ike's, but I try to watch my sugar a little bit,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
just a little bit. I'm not, crazy, but I try to.
You know the artificial sweetener that they use. It's not saccharin now; it's aspartame, something like
Yeah.
that. But it creates a craving for real sugar when you eat it.
Yeah, it's what they call a excitotoxin. And also turns off your full sensation, so you keep eating it. It turns
Oh,
off that
really?
signal. Yeah, that signal that your stomach sends to your brain that you're full. It turns that off. So you just keep eating and eating and eating.
Next thing you know, you're on my 600-pound wife or something like that. So
Yeah.
I can't
I
even
always,
I can't even stop moving when those shows come across. I just keep clicking. I don't watch. I don't know why people do watch shows like that. And maybe it makes them feel better about themselves.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I've got all the colors I need now, and I got some nitrate dope um, for the two planes that I've got on the table. And only thing is before I knew better, I had already put butyrate on the tail feathers of the Hyper Viper. Looking back, I would have now, knowing what I know now, I would have waited and put nitrate on first.
Why do
And
you want
then
to use nitrate?
because I was going to put hinges on it and it's got a better adhesion according to all of the other people that come on this show.
Yeah, well, all my years I've never used nitrate.
Yeah, I talked to Bob about it too, and he said he'd never used it before either. Bob came and sat in my workshop with me last Sunday while I worked on some stuff on the table.
Which Bob is that?
Zambelli.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a fun visit. I got some of his old planes in there that I want to recover one day.
Okay.
'Cause he was silk back in the day, but it's all rotted now and it's just as fragile as can be.
And there's no need for nitrate. You have to use a different thinner.
Yeah,
Nitrate is to attach canvas or the rayon to metal on real airplanes.
oh, really? No kidding. It's evidently sticky, pretty sticky stuff. Oh, well, I just got two 4-ounce cans of clear and two 4-ounce cans of thinner, so I didn't bust the bank with it. And I bought some 4-ounce cans of colors too. I needed some red and some blue, and I already had black, white, and a ugly ass color of red that I'll never use on anything.
Nope.
So Sparky, I might have missed it earlier. You might have explained it, but is your Tucker XL like 120% increase of the other Tucker or what?
Nope. It's like the Junar XL, only to look like a Tucker.
Okay.
Same wing, same numbers, hopefully less weight. You dig?
Jack Snavely says he used nitrate dope to make paper cartridges for his black powder revolver.
Yeah.
I get it now. That's a different Tucker. I was like, he finished that Tucker. What are we looking at here? And now I know it's not the same Tucker.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
XL, extra large.
XL like me.
Yeah.
It's actually my Junar, only to look like a Tucker.
Okay. I follow you. So it looks like you've rearranged your place, huh, Sparky?
No, same. Everything's in the same spot it was in when you were here.
Oh, it
Except
is?
for the
Okay.
nephew.
Different camera position, maybe.
Yeah, the bed that I bought for you to lay on is still folded up in the corner over there.
All right, cool.
You ever come back this way, you can use it again.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was a fun time, Sparky. I have a picture on my computer when I boot it up. It's my what do you call it? Your wallpaper is the
Yes,
me at
sir.
the with holding the Junar, and almost every day I just say thank you, God, thank you, Father God, thank you. That's so awesome.
Well, I knew it was your only chance you're going to be to get to be here. And when you hadn't sent your airplane that you were not going to get appearance points for anyway,
Right.
and probably didn't fly worth a crap.
Yeah, I was used to it, but then when I came back, I could not stand any of my airplanes. I was so disgusted with them. I've since then have forgotten how nice the Junar flies, so I'm flying my planes again. But
So
oh,
Sparky spoiled you, huh?
I did pick up a an Olympic at VSC. Part of the trip was that I was going to get a plane, and this guy Dave Keefe out here in San Diego built it. And with the OS Max S35, the whole plane weighed 38 and a half ounces.
Yeah, the problem is that airplane had a big rock in the nose. That OS 35 is too heavy for that airplane. It should have had a Fox 35 in it so it would fly like the Junar.
Well, I'm going to put a Bodak 40 in it. So I'm hoping that that's lighter than that rock you're describing. I
Yep.
think the
That
Bodak
So a
40
lot better.
is, yeah, so that's what I'm going to put in it. So it should be,
is I didn't realize the Max S was that much heavier than the Fox 35. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Hmm.
yeah, so
That's
that plane
one.
flies really nice. It's light and boy, it flies nice. I can't wait to, unfortunately, the matter of fact, let me run this by you, Sparky. The holes that are in there are for another engine. And I was thinking about plugging up two of the holes with a wooden dowel and then just drill a hole and then put those brass inserts into it
It might
to
if the motor mounts are real rock hard. If it's rock hard maple, and because it's a 35 and or 40 and they're light, they're not pounding. That may work. May, as long as you got two with blind nuts on it.
yeah, two have blind nuts. I'm going to put two brass inserts in the other two. And I think there's enough room for me to accommodate that brass insert without tearing out.
Yeah, they come so close to the edge sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd like to find some 256 size brass inserts, but I never can find them.
Maybe you can find a metric one, something that's maybe 2.5
Maybe. I've,
milliliter.
I've looked at, well, we've got Granger here in Columbia. I figured they'd have them, but they didn't. I, I, I don't remember. It seems like I've been to McMaster Car, but I could have. And there's micro fasteners that I haven't been to yet. So
Go to Dubro's website and type that in Dubro's website.
I'm pretty sure I did, but I'll try it again.
If anybody's going to have it, it's going to be Dubro.
I've used both Dubro and Brodak. Brodak has them too, if I remember correctly. I think I got them from
Yeah,
Brodak once. So.
I don't care for the Great Plains ones, but the Dubros are the ones that I like.
Yeah, they're all different sizes too. So you want to try to find the smallest one, you know?
I want the smallest outside diameter. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I want too.
That's Dubro.
Do you epoxy yours in, Charles?
That's what I was planning on doing because it's gonna be so close to fuel. I thought I'd epoxy them in.
Yeah.
Just babysit them, keep running the screw in and out so they don't lock up the
I,
threads.
I usually put just a tad of Vaseline just around the first couple of threads of a screw it all the way in till it's flush at the end, and put a jam nut on it, and then use that jam nut to drive it into place.
Right. Yeah, I've done that before too. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. The other problem you have is when it's already a built plane, trying to drill a hole straight, into a built-up fuselage.
Is it a nice finish?
No, not really.
Well, if that doesn't work, take a long drill bit. Harbor Freight sells them, 1/8 inch. Mark it and drill all the way through the nose block, and then come out through the top with a 1/4 inch drill bit down to the engine bearer, and sink in a blind nut, and then refinish the nose.
That's a good idea. I'm glad I asked you.
I've done it a million times.
Yeah, I picked up a 3/16 thumb drill from Jim Lee at VSB.
Yeah, Jim Lee's got some stuff.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I picked up his nut drivers for the needle valve, the type of needle like the OS Max, where you got that metal spring over them. Those are
Yeah.
pretty neat. Got those.
Well, so far so good. I'm happy with 8 people in here on Monday night.
So that means you can host 16 or 64 people or what?
I think it'll host over 50, but good Lord, I wouldn't want that many people in here.
Oh, that'd be just a bunch of noise.
10 is more than enough.
What's the biggest one you've had so far?
I'm thinking it's probably about 10, maybe 12.
Yeah, I remember
Now,
12
I've had
one
a whole
time.
bunch of YouTubers. I regularly have 25, 26 YouTubers on here, but and it's getting more and more popular all the time. But that's okay. I just can't keep up with it without somebody to help me reading it. I need to recruit more helpers with that, because especially when the spammers, trolls start coming in and posting nasty stuff, and then I can't even pay attention to the show. I'm just one right after the other, and the controls are always slow, and you don't know if it did anything, and you have to sit and wait. So it makes it pretty tough.
Okie dokie. Now, just for anybody watching this, it's been watching this build. You'll notice that I'm setting the cradle together. I'm going to set the cradle together just only to set the spar, the tray, and the trailing edge and the center rib. Then I'll take them apart, put this one over on because I don't have the room. And then when I go back together, they'll fit perfect.
Is that cradle just a leftover from another plane you built at one time, or did you have it specially cut?
It's the Junar.
Oh, yeah, I probably heard you say that. I'd forgotten.
But that still doesn't answer the question. Did you make that Junar cradle, or did you have that Junar cradle specially made?
We made them.
Oh, that's right. You and John cut your own cradle. That's right.
Right. Why is this thing rocks back and forth? It's not completely square. So it's not what I want. I'll have to knock a little bit of the edge off it.
Well, I should have told Pat Kennedy we were on the line. I'll pick up my phone and tell him.
Yeah, why don't you get some other people in here? I want to focus on cleaning my office, but I feel compelled to talk. I don't want all the dead air.
What the hell am I? Let's see. There it is. Or did I take that off? Ah, here we go. God, but, dead air, huh?
Dead air.
Well, it's closer. We're getting there. Where'd it go? Right there. Yeah,
Looks like the same setup as Jitsi, and looking at all these different controls, very similar.
Yeah, look, few differences, but not much. Okay. Yeah, that was a terrible oversight. I forgot to send old Pat, who turned me on to 8x8. He's the one who tried to get me to try it out a month ago, and I didn't really pay attention to it till yesterday. Actually, he commented in Sparky's thread one day recently. I think is where we finally got back with him. Okay, well, I sent him a message.
why is this thing not running square?
Now I wonder if this one's going to cut itself off 2.5 hours into the show, like Jitsi used to.
Huh. Yeah, we'll find out.
I always make sure I have that stream key on the clipboard so I can just paste it right back in. But with Jitsi, it still took 5 minutes to do it sometimes because you'd click the three dots and nothing would happen, or else you couldn't get the three dots to pop up, and you just wanted to reach through the screen and choke it.
Right.
Gonna do that. Tape to the bench. Tape it to the bench. So,
I'll text Mike Lunsky too. Wait until this late date.
where you figure they don't know you're on?
Nah, probably not. You know, a lot of them don't hover over their computers waiting for something to stimulate them. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, whoever watches me on Saturday sure waits, hovers over their computer.
I wonder how well this thing screen shares.
I don't know. Why don't you you got anything you want to show us?
Yeah, I have a video. Let me see if it shoots a video. I know that I haven't had success with videos in the past.
Yeah, that's always a good challenge. If you can get a video to work.
Let's see here.
Minnesota Mike says, Rusty, I heard where you live, that's where all the ex-Amish live. I've never heard anything like that about where I live. Got a lot of ex-military because Fort Jackson, everybody, half the people that were ever in the Army went to Fort Jackson, but that's not Amish. We got a lot of former Carolina Gamecocks that live here, but they're not Amish either. I don't know. You're talking, maybe you're talking about Columbia, Missouri.
Let me see here.
That's better. I just have to watch that. I'm gonna take this off. Got to get this attached to the bench. That weighs 1 ounce, that wing.
1 ounce. Wow.
I get a kick out of these guys. My wing weighs 16 ounces. Yeah, great.
Yeah. And they might still be lying.
That might weigh 20.
Hey, Sparky, I got a question for you. A couple of times lately, while Mike Lonsky's been on here with us, Sam has popped in and out for just a minute, and we've all said hi, Sam. And Steve showed him the plane that he's building for him. And the only other one, really, I think, is Gerald that used to bring Max and Otto in sometimes. But I'm thinking with 100% parental supervision, isn't it okay if
I
we
don't.
let the kids
Yeah, I don't
come
think.
in for? Okay.
I mean, it's pretty. Our channel is a pretty family friendly channel. I mean, I don't know how much more family friendly you could get unless you're a priest, and they're not all that family.
Yeah, they're not as family friendly as they'd have you believe. But even in my introduction every night, I remind people to keep it family room friendly. Don't say anything you wouldn't want your kids to hear you say. And it's been pretty good. We hadn't had too much trouble. Sometimes,
Hang on. Oops. Sorry about
sometimes the
that.
cuss word will slip out, but not too bad. We've been really good about that. It's hard for me to watch out for it because I've always been a cusser.
Well, I got to tell you, with the way that YouTube has demonetized this channel, and the way that Google, I mean, the AdSense is like down to nothing. It wouldn't kill me if we lost the channel. We'll just do something else.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of people doing a lot worse stuff than we might only accidentally do once in a while, and with the best of intentions for us. So, yeah, I'll let them know. Tom Randall wanted his grandkids to say hi to us one time, and I wouldn't let him do it. But that was right when the copper thing hit the water. So we just take our usual precautions.
Well, let's see here. Really making good. I was going to have this done by midnight, but I don't know. I sat and watched TV. To be honest with you, it's hard for me to get that motivated here in this place as I am when I'm at home.
Do you ever watch Junkyard Empire?
No.
It's on Motor Trend. That's a pretty good show. They build some interesting stuff.
It's so hard for me to work here with no room that it's not real thrilling for me to do.
If you got carpet on the floors, you gotta always try to keep clean and all that. Or can you just sweep?
No, I vacuum. I mean, it's carpet.
I just automatically switched over to the other view.
What view is that?
The non-grid view. Now we've got the thumbnails stacked up on the side.
Okay.
It did that. It did that by itself. Either that or one of our visitors did it. That would be you or Charles.
It wasn't me because
I'm trying to see if I can. I'm trying to screen share a video with no success, but it might be my internet connection.
Yeah, Pat was telling me that this is going to give people problems with if they've got low bandwidth, and he said, 50 megabits is probably the minimum that you need. And I know Lynn and other people don't have 50 megabits. I used to know. I mean, when I was on here up until a month ago, I was only running 10 megabits, I think, something like that. So, and that was working, but it works a lot better now with 100. When I
See if I
run a
can
speed
try.
test, I usually get about 97, something like that. And the upload's probably a lot more important, or as important with the video. And I'm getting 25 easy megabits up.
Upload is everything. Download is nothing with what we're doing here. Download would be like, well, no, let's see. Is it? No, it's the other way around. You want? Let's see. Gotta think about this.
With video, I'm thinking upload affects how everybody sees your picture, and download just affects each individual's ability to render the pictures.
That sounds plausible. Oh man, I think I'm going to get this pinned up and started for tomorrow, but I will give up when I get it that far. Take a break. Take a break. For the guys watching this and see what I'm doing here, this is the reason you can build these wings in two halves, because you're set in the center exactly right. And once you get those spars glued in, you can take that wing, that side away, and when they go back together, it's perfect. That makes sense. Which I hope it does. Okay. And we want the trailing edges to match, so we're gonna fix them up.
I got one of those new little, well, they're not new, but I got a new one of those little pads that you just lay your telephone on to charge. Charge is kind of slow. It's probably better for the battery. Um, I like it. It's convenient. And it's good for the battery because charging it in sips off and on throughout the day is the less stressful way to do it. I was out in the shop one day and I always wear cargo pants and they have a media pocket that you can stick your phone in. And I always shove mine in top first so it's upside down in my pocket with the speaker on the bottom edge of it pointing up so I can hear it when it rings best. And well, a raindrop must have gone down in the USB port. And so my contract was 6 months past 2 years. It was a 2 year contract we'd signed. And so I figured the insurance that I had been paying on it had expired. And I went looking to shop for a new phone, and Verizon said, well, that one's insured. And sure enough, it was still covered, and they had a new one on my front doorstep in 2 days, identical. It was top of the line when I bought it, a LG G6, and so I had been trying everything to dry that other one out. You know, I put it in a bag of rice to absorb the moisture
Yeah.
out of it, and done everything, and I couldn't get it to come back. And so I bought this little charger that I could just lay it on, and that worked fine, and it kept me going. But when the new phone came, I piddled around for about a couple of weeks and didn't send it back. And so when I went to clear the memory and all of the data on it, I checked just for the hell of it and plugged the charger in, and it had finally dried out and worked fine. So I got a brand new phone. I hope Verizon's not watching.
You guys should have told me that you weren't looking at the bench.
Well, that's cool.
Oh yeah, we were for a little while there.
Both you guys
Let's
have
see.
dropped out. Why?
Now
Why
I
have
don't
you?
what you know. I wish I could. I was saying earlier, it's better that we had to manually highlight if you wanted to make a screen big, but it would be better if I could do it so everybody could see when I make the screen big. But it's not, apparently doesn't let me do that.
If
The,
you look when the screen goes dark, there's a ghost there. It's a little Casper the ghost,
yeah,
top left corner.
yeah. When I click on more in the settings, it just has a language option, and that's all. I'll investigate. I'll have some time tomorrow. I can read all about this and find out what the differences are. I wonder, how appear.in is working. We didn't like that one. I forget what it was, but it didn't quite suit our needs.
It doesn't work at all. They sold the company. It doesn't work. Period.
Oh.
So this is what we're stuck with.
Well, if we can get what we're getting right now consistently, I'll be okay with that. It's the inconsistency that drives you nuts. You sit down hoping to have a nice, relaxing, good, fun show, and all of a sudden everything's going to hell, and I don't have time to listen to it. Just fool with it.
Google Hangouts was the best, I think.
It was pretty good. In its later days, it started acting like it was overloaded, and we were getting a lot of crosstalk and background chatter. Sounded like it was other channels bleeding over into us, but it worked well, and it was half duplex. It would shut off everybody but the person who was talking and making the most noise. I think there's a way to use Google for free video conferencing now, but it's confusing the way they write everything. I just got tired of trying to decipher it. I was reading all about it the other night and kept reading things, ambiguous stuff. I just got tired of not understanding what they were telling me.
I wish YouTube would sell it back to whoever owned it before.
And whoever owned it before probably bought an island in the Caribbean.
No doubt. Google has screwed it up. Ah, there's screen share.
Sure enough, Charles
Yeah.
Carter. There it is. Was it slow to respond, Charles, or did it just take you a while to figure it out?
I was just trying to find it on my computer. So it was me, operator error, just trying to find some pictures.
Oh, good. John Miller's been trying to share stuff with us for a week or so now and has not been able to do it at all. So maybe Monday we can get him to show us what he wants to. And of course, Tom Rammel's been trying too, but you cannot do it with a tablet. An Android tablet will not screen share, period. It's written.
Oh, okay.
Chiseled in stone on Jitsi. I don't know about on whatever this is, 8x8.
8x8. Okay.
Or 8x8 or 8x8. Take
Here
your
comes
pick.
somebody.
Oh, someone's coming in.
Mike.
G.
All right.
Oh, that's Mike Leinke with a G on his name.
Yeah.
Guest.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, it must be guest, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Surprise, we're having a Saturday night special tonight. Live streaming to YouTube. And it's working really well, too. It's not Jitsi anymore. It's 8x8.
Oh, someone else. It's like popcorn.
That said fellow Jitster, though.
Yeah, it says guest.
It says guest.
Oh, well, fellow Jitster popped up on my screen.
That's Len.
Oh, did it?
Oh, Len.
There's Len.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Good. We're doing a
I just
test.
happened.
Our new streamer works okay, and it seems to be doing great.
Okay.
No more Jitsi.
Why should I be typing my name in here? It says I should.
Yeah, go ahead and click up your profile on the 3 dots, and it'll be the top option on that little pop-up menu when you click 3 dots. The 3 dots at the bottom right of the screen.
Oh,
Wow, this is just set up like Jitsi. It's amazing. And Empyrean. They all have the same template.
Yeah. Yeah, Peer End had the grid template too, didn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, let me turn this one back over to the grid. I think you might have changed it when you were trying to screen share. See what it looks like. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
good like
my
that.
yeah.
The
Well,
only
that's
thing is somebody clicking on a cell phone, it might make the pictures too small.
yeah. Yeah, I was trying to put my name in, but I didn't see a place to do it in there.
Oh, let me try.
3 dots,
You can-
and then settings maybe.
No,
Yeah, no, it's not. It's in the same place it was on Jitsi. Click the 3 dots and at the very top of the pop-up menu.
Nope.
But
3
if
dots,
you,
settings, listen, Rusty. Let me talk. 3 dots, settings. Then there'll be devices, profile, and more in settings. And you want to
okay.
click on your name will be in there.
Not on my phone. That's not the way it's coming up on
Ah,
my.
that could be.
Yeah, it's. I
Um,
don't have
if
a
you,
setting. I don't have a settings icon. I got select sound, toggle camera, low bandwidth, show subtitles, stop live stream, tile view, meeting info, raise your hand, and help. Maybe help.
okay, let me tell you this. If you go to 8x8.vc, then that's the main page. And if you will register an account there, it'll
Yeah,
give you the option to name yourself when you do
yeah.
that.
I'll just have to do it in there.
Yeah, no big deal for right now. But Lynn seems to be able to come in
Yeah.
without having his camera
Well, I
turned
came in,
on.
but I came in, but I got kicked out the first time. So we'll see if it
Well,
sticks this time.
you got a green bandwidth screen now. It says connection good, and I've never seen that with you before.
Oh, that's good. Awesome. So what's everybody up to? It looks like Sparky's building a wing.
Yeah, he's been working on that off and on all day, and we're just doing a test run. I
Okay.
got this thanks to Pat Kennedy. You know, the guy that builds plastic models that comes in sometimes. His name's Pat. Pat's
I haven't.
Place is what he calls himself on the forums. Well, he told me about 8x8, and
Okay.
they bought Jitsi and have the same format, but they obviously do a better job of it. And so he's the
Okay.
one that turned us on to this. And
Well, good
I
for
just
him.
emailed him a little while ago. We've been on for a while. I just got around to emailing people and or texting them and telling them we were doing a show. So
Oh, that's awesome. No, it's working good. I just happened to go on the Stunthangar forum and and as I crossed over the at the bench thing, I noticed, oh, hey, wait, there's something going on now. You know,
yeah.
hang in there, Rusty. You're looking tired.
Hey, it's Saturday night. That's what Saturday
Yeah,
nights are for. I can be tired. Charles
you
caught me
betcha.
closing my eyes about an hour and a half ago, I think. So, but I wasn't sleeping. I was just resting. If my eyes are closed and my mouth is open, you might want to holler at me.
Well, I can't say anything either. I fell asleep last night and I'm a little tired tonight because I worked all day, so I may not
Uh,
last long either.
I probably got
What do
to
you?
stop drinking coffee so late. I kept waking up last night about every hour, except I was hungry. I'd have to wake up.
Okay.
One time I'd wake up and I'd get a bowl of cereal. Then I'd wake up in another hour and I'd have to have a frozen sausage biscuit. Then I'd wake up a little later and made a ham and cheese sandwich. And I mean,
Good for you.
like I, between 2 o'clock when I went to bed and 8 o'clock when I got up, I was up every damn hour getting something to eat.
What'd you get? What'd you eat the last time? A couple of Tums?
Two Tylenols and a Percocet, I think. So.
That's awesome.
And then the alarm went off. The
Oh
alarm
yeah,
rang about that time.
that's funny.
Well, guys, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm going to go.
Okay, Sparky.
All right, Sparky.
Thanks
Sparky,
for
your wing's looking
entertaining us.
good.
It'll be done tomorrow.
Looks awesome.
All right, guys. See you later.
Good night. Mike, what'd you get up to today?
Oh, what did we do? I went and got firewood. Sam and I got in a truck and drove about
Okay.
40 minutes away to my firewood. We ran out the other day, and I thought I was finished for the year, but it looks like the
Lost the
nights are going to
sound.
be still pretty cool for a little bit.
Sound's
What
gone.
kind of wood do you like to burn?
Son of a beehive.
Oak is what I buy.
Yeah, oak's good.
Yeah.
As long as it's dry, a year dry, because get green stuff, they bitch to get lit good and keep it
Yeah.
lit.
So that's what we did. Sam went with me. We picked up a load of firewood and then came home and he helped me unload it. Just worked on the RC cars a little bit and not much
Okay,
else.
let's kill it again.
Well, that's pretty good exercise for Sam, lugging wood around. Is he a pretty strong dude? I
No,
remember I was always pretty skinny, but I was always really strong.
yeah, he was just carrying one piece at a time. They're pretty big chunks.
Yeah.
So they're not like kindling. They're they're pretty heavy. So it was
Yeah.
one at a time. But we got it done.
We got a small fireplace in this old house. I think 18 inches is about as long as you can have it and comfortably sit in there.
Oh yeah, I can go up to like 22 in mine because I got
Yeah.
a big one. Big
That's
fireplace.
pretty good.
Yeah.
There we are.
So he's back.
What you doing,
Yeah,
Lynn?
my sound went for crap. I don't know what happened.
Well, y'all don't start having technical difficulties. I might have to kick you out. That's the new rule. Anybody with technical difficulties, I'm sending them home.
You there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just scrolling through Facebook here
Okay.
while we're doing the test. That's all. I don't really have anything to report other than getting firewood and my bell sold.
Yeah, I knew everybody wasn't going to be prepared for
1100
anything tonight, but I just figured I'd let everybody know. And see, the more people in here, the better. I could see how it's working. It appears to be
That's
pretty
right.
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I know you guys, I don't know if you're on Facebook or not, but Al Ferraro posted a live video today from Middlesex Modelers. Him and another guy went to fly and the field was locked and there was a sign on it that said closed until further notice.
Oh,
wow.
my gosh.
Yeah.
There's no safer
So
place to be than outdoors in the sun.
the city shut the field down and locked the gate. And I also saw today on Stunthangar that the Arkansas contest, the El Dorado contest, was
I
canceled
saw
today.
that too.
Yeah.
That's a bunch
Oh,
of people
man.
close together, but just for a flying field, that sounds like a dumb decision to me. You know,
Yeah, I
sunlight
have.
is sterilizing. It kills viruses and bacteria. Not all that quick sometimes, depends, but still, it's much safer than being indoors anytime.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't
they
tell
wanna-
Sam. I haven't told him that it was canceled yet. So, because he's going to be bummed. He'll be
Well, I
bummed
did
out.
talk to Sparky about having kids on. I asked him, you know, most of the time, all the time when kids come on, it's with 100% parental supervision. Always when Gerald comes on with Max and Otto, and Mike comes on with Sam and Emma, or when, you know, Tom wanted to bring his grandkids on one time, and Sparky said, yeah, it's fine, no problem. So
That's awesome.
What was the issue with that? I heard
there was
differences.
a big deal and fear among YouTube channel owners about the enforcement of the COPPA laws. They're not new, but there was a settlement that came down, and channel owners were under threat of $40,000 fine, 40,000 per video for anything that violated the COPPA laws. And COPPA stands for Children's Online Privacy Protection. And so we stopped people from bringing kids on for a while, but that was at a time when you kind of had stepped out and not been in here much, so maybe you didn't even know about it.
No, I didn't. This is the first I'm hearing about it. So.
But when Sam has started coming on a couple of times in the past couple of weeks, I didn't say anything because I thought it was time to address it. So I spoke with Sparky about it, and he agreed with me that it's okay. Parental supervision, yeah,
exactly.
That's what we're all about. Our mission statement is to spread control line enthusiasm from youngsters of every age to oldsters, So
yeah.
That's awesome. That's good. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah. That bothered me. That's the rest of it I can understand. Nobody wanted to get fined or have their videos pulled.
No, not at all.
But now that it's kind of run its course, I thought, this is part of our mission statement, and I spoke Sparky about it, and I'm glad he was on board with me.
That's good.
Hey, I just got a brand new OS 46AX. So it's a dual ball bearing, Schnurley ported ABC motor or whatever. And I won it in a raffle on Facebook for $5, man.
Oh crap!
Awesome!
I bet that's a badass engine.
Jamie Holford turned me on to this site on Facebook. It's a group called RC Waffles. They can't say raffles, so they say waffle. And these guys take new or used equipment and they put them up, 10 spots at $3 a piece or 20 spots at $10 a piece so that they get the money that they want for the item.
Isn't that awesome?
The guy, you buy your spots, they have numbers, you buy your spots, and then they do a random number generator right there live on Facebook. Random number generator, bam. It was the very first raffle I entered, and I won the damn thing. And I only is because we bought a 46 size Mustang at the last swap meet, an RC Mustang, and I didn't have an engine for it, so I entered it and I bought it. I'm in another right now that OS-LA 15, an OS-LA 40, an OS-LA 46, and an old OS 35S.
Okay.
And I got two spots in that one and there's only like 20 spots, so I'm waiting for that one to fill up. Yeah,
that's cool.
Jamie messaged me and said, "Hey man, do you know anybody that wants ASP 25s?" And that's a pretty popular speed limit motor right now.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Because they're cheap. And he's like, "I got two of them brand new in the box." And I was like, he wanted to know what they were worth. So I told him, and I was like, "Where did you get two of those?" And he says, "Man, if I tell you," I was like, "What'd you pay for them?" He said, "If I told you, you'd be mad." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "There's a raffle site." He's like, "I won them for $10. I got two brand new ASPs for $25 for $10. So I'm like, "Tell me about this site." So I've been getting in there and getting in on some of these raffles, man. It's pretty cool.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's mainly RC stuff, but a lot of good kits and ARFs, and there's a lot of motors in there too, and so I'll take a shot. I'm a gambler, man. I'll throw $5 or $10 in the kitty for a shot at $100 engine, So yeah, that was pretty cool. We're going to be working on one of Sam's RC planes tomorrow, not the Mustang. We have another one we picked up at the swap meet. It's called a Sonic. It's a low wing tricycle landing gear, 40 size RC plane, and we're gonna put a motor in that. I'm gonna get in my RC box and see what kind of servos and if I got a receiver and a transmitter for it. But That's the plan tomorrow, is to get him RC plane going. He's really wanting to go out to the RC field and fly. So
you guys back in business, Rusty?
Got us back in business. Yeah. How's it going, Pat? Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. I didn't see
Took
nothing.
me a few minutes to figure out what to type in to get to the right page to enter it, but
Yeah.
8x8.vc, and that's it.
It's not showing up on my latest videos when I look at YouTube for subscriptions. Now, this happened to a couple others too, because YouTube's running on AI. Their people are not in house, and I can go to your channel and it shows right there it's live, but it's not automatically showing in my latest videos when I look at my subscriptions. That's not your fault. That's the system. It's amazing anything works right now. But yeah, great, you're live. I want you guys to disappear on me, man.
Yeah, thanks.
And
Yeah,
Leonard,
everybody, thank Pat
Hey, how
for
are
giving
you?
us a link to this site.
I know you guys might know me. I've been on a couple times talking to Rusty.
Yeah,
I've
he's a
seen
static
you before.
model,
I
a plastic
remember.
model.
Yeah, that's awesome. I used to build a lot of plastic models too, but I haven't done one in probably 30 years.
This is a
I've
great
got one. I think it's a Revell. I think I've got a Revell P51. I could be mistaken about the brand, but
Okay.
I want to build it sometime.
This is
Guess
great.
I
I should
have
get
one plastic.
Android.
Your hobby and mine are great for this shutdown, you know. Or I hope you got kits to build, because glue and
You
paint.
betcha.
Yeah.
I've got one plastic
So,
model kit left too. I've got a
what,
Revell Stuka.
what's the favorite glue for plastic models, Pat, these days?
For me, I use Plastic Zap. Probably about 45
Okay.
years.
Oh, really?
It's made by Zap.
Cool.
It's a medium.
I didn't know they had that.
Is it CA?
It's a medium CA. It's made by Zap. You've heard of Zap.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got some medium Zap. They were giving it away at Triple Tree last spring, and I came home with a bottle of it.
Like 45 years ago, the first two pieces I put together and stuck instantly. I says, wow, because growing up, you know, I had the testers, you know, you put it on, it would soft 3 days before it got hard. You know?
Exactly.
And
It takes forever for it to dry. Oh yeah. The
it
little
doesn't
red,
melt
yellow, the
plastic.
little red and white tube.
Mm-hmm. Orange and white.
Right. I either use that or I use LePage's in the yellow and black tube with the red lid.
Yep.
That cellulose glue we used to use, like Ambroid, would melt the plastic if you weren't careful.
So sad that you can't get the Ambroid anymore. That's what me and Dad always used building airplanes, you know, that orange stuff.
Yeah.
we've been using Chester's Plasti-Weld on Sam's Legos. We've been gluing his Legos. Any Lego that he gets that's more than $50, we glue it together because I want it to stay together.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Lego sets that are $200. You know, 1,500 piece Lego set.
Don't want to be missing no
It's
parts.
$200. So we glue them together, and we use the Plasti-Weld, and that seems to work pretty good on Lego bricks.
Cool.
It's the liquid stuff with the brush right on the cap, just a couple of drops, and it works good.
Still got this though.
My granddaughter is the big Lego builder. She's got all kinds of Lego kits.
Switch to my other. Still got some Ambroid, but it's liquid cement for plastic. You know, it melts the parts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't. You can't get it anymore. But that's my last jar I've been saving. Now you got Plastruct and.
It's funny how we all saved the last little bit of something that worked.
It was good. The good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff.
So how's Sparky up to date too? Rusty, you got everything?
Yeah. He was on until just about 5 minutes before you came in. He checked out.
I can't stay too long because I was on a Hangout and I got another one to go to, but I wanted to check in at least. Say hi.
It was late when I checked on that British one you sent me the link to. They'd already finished, but I watched it for about 10 minutes. I watched it the rerun.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a pretty good group of guys.
I'm in the second half of it when I came in, so if you were looking for me, you'll see the same car here.
Yeah. I looked around. I didn't see you in the crowd though.
Remember, it's Pat's Place on YouTube. You know, everybody's got a special name.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah, but I look. I mean, I recognize your face if I'd seen you, but I didn't.
Most of us have a camera like this because we're all, you know, got a model on the. Where you guys?
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I did notice that everybody had overhead views of what they were doing.
It's kind of more of a working hangout where you guys have more of a take a break and have a little talk show hangout.
Yeah, everybody was working on something.
You pull up an airplane if you got something to show, but mostly it's just relaxing time where you don't talk about that.
Yeah.
What's going on outside.
Yeah, these guys were working on cars, planes, trains, everything.
The robots and
I want to see if I can get my computer set up in my shop so that I can build and talk about stuff while I'm working.
yeah.
But the only trouble is my connection's up here upstairs in the living room.
Yeah, you want a 60 plus at the very minimum for this.
Yeah,
You
I
have,
do. I just don't think the wireless connection would work very well.
and the
What
other,
is
Like I'm
your
hard.
if
what
Rusty,
is your internet speed, Lynn? At best case in your house?
I don't know. I'd have to ask Naomi. I don't know. What's our internet speed in this house?
Supposed to be 360.
Does 360 mean anything?
not
That
really.
means you got more than
Yeah,
about half of the businesses in
Yeah.
town.
it's pretty.
That's what Naomi said. It's
Let's see if,
360. We just had.
if Rusty's wife was watching us streaming a movie in the other room, and worse yet, if they had kids on their little phones or laptops doing games, it's going to be hard to make it work with less than 60, 100 really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to
See,
keep.
we just had ours upgraded last week.
I've got 100 megabits
Yeah, you should.
download and 20 megabits upload.
Mhm.
And
So if I disconnect the hard wire from the wall, should it cut out or not, or should it still keep working with the with the wireless?
It's not gonna work if you unplug the coax from the wall.
You'll be in a different.
Okay. How do I know if the wireless is turned on, Naomi?
Let me check your settings and I can tell you.
Okay. She's gonna check and see if my wireless is turned on or not.
But you look good. You're green. Mike's got a grade.
Just hang on, I'm just gonna minimize this for a second.
Hey Naomi, how you doing tonight?
Mike might need to reload. You went gray. Lost Mike on a connection.
Yeah, he's locked up.
Sometimes it'll recover, but the quick way is that little circle next to the two arrows right above 8x8, and it'll just quick reload. You won't be gone for a second, and you'll have a fresh
Go
connection.
into settings. If it'll come up. There it is. Okay, so you have to go into network and internet.
Better to have a hardwire if you can, but I'm on Wi-Fi. I usually get a fairly good connection with my 60 plus.
Okay, Wi-Fi. It's on.
Okay, so let's try it. I'll just unplug this, okay?
Hang on, let me get it back for you.
You'll probably have to leave and come back in, though. It won't just float over. You'll have to exit and come back in, Leonard.
There you
Okay,
go.
so can I try it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to unplug this now and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
You'll have to exit and re-enter. It won't maintain, like, I don't think. You can, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. Let's see.
No biggie. As long as you got the link and you're copy that link first. So all your airplanes are flying level behind you there, Rusty. I don't have none taking off on you.
They are level tonight, aren't they?
Nice and level.
Internet speed.
You get Mike to reload somehow. Can Mike hear us?
Can you hear us, Mike? Nah.
Phone.
He just needs to do a quick reload.
The kids are each
That's Mike talking.
on their laptop. My wife's on the.
Yeah, there you go. He's too many. The other thing, Rusty, it'll help is, especially for you, before you do a live show, reset your modem and router and start out fresh. You know, you probably
Always.
There they are.
Okay. All right. So I'm
I
going to
never start a show. Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to carry
I
this
never start a show
downstairs.
without rebooting the modem and the computer.
That's smart. Get the static out of the system, and you should have a good.
How do I get the volume up? Oh, I know why I haven't got any volume. I'm not plugged in.
Leonard's green. We're all good now.
Take the whole thing
I'm going to.
downstairs. Don't forget I think your power
Is that
cord
New
is
Zealand
left
phone?
in there,
No,
too.
everything's unplugged.
Oh.
I'm all unplugged now.
I thought
Oh,
Gerald
yeah.
No, I'm not.
oh, gee, what's for guest?
Oh, Mike's moving again. He was for a second. Yeah, Mike's live.
All right, here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, we'll see
Sound good, Leonard.
if I have to.
Everybody knows how to put their name in and all that. It's just like Jitsi in many ways. The way you share is over there on the left. And
Yeah, except the only thing I don't have is on the settings and the more screen, I don't have the option to follow me, make everybody follow what I do. Like
you get that if you register with 8x8. You don't have to pay anything. You just register, and it'll turn on.
Oh, I did, but I didn't register on Stunthangar. Sparky registered.
You'll get it eventually. Keep playing with it.
Right.
I was just glad to see you guys keep going on Jitsi. You know, 6 months ago, when this all stirred up. But then we were having a thing with Jitsi where people
8x8 apparently bought Jitsi and kept all of the
core
employees and everything, but it's like two different businesses.
Yeah.
Same format, more or less. You look pretty damn clear now, Lynn. That's as clear as I have ever seen you.
Okay, so I'm down in the basement now in my workshop. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's the best signal you've ever had.
Okay.
You got a blue circle in your top left frame.
So that's what Canada looks like, huh?
That's what Canada looks like. You're now in Canada. You just came to Canada.
You ever watch South Park, the cartoon show South Park? You can always tell the Canadians
very little
because when they talk, the tops of their heads are disconnected from the jaw. They bounce back and forth, and their heads aren't connected at the jaw, and that's how you tell a Canadian on South Park.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that until Al told me.
So as you guys can see, there's my new airplane in the background.
Yeah, another big one.
Up on the bench.
You guys will be the only planes in the air pretty soon.
Well, I don't know.
They let you go out. It'd be nice to
Well,
go out.
I've got me and my buddy have a field here. He owns a farm, so we can fly there. That's not a problem at all. That's where we do all our flying.
That's good.
But as for any contests or anything like that, I think that's pretty much out.
Yeah. Same with model car shows and lucky you can still order a pizza for a while, but
because I'm sure even like the parks and stuff where we have flying circles and stuff, I think they'll be closing them all down. They won't let us in there. I can't see it.
Well, next Saturday is me and Watt's birthday weekend, and me and Watt have the same birthday, so we always have a birthday cake and slice it up with a big old Master Air Screw propeller. We're not going to be
That's a great idea. That's outstanding.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that this year. I got pictures of that.
I wish I could. I'll show you what I'd be slicing cake with. Hang on.
Styrofoam knife.
Boy Scout hatchet.
Foam cutter.
Hey, Dennis B just came in the show, said, hey, just ran across us again. Hey, Dennis, yeah, we're not usually on Saturdays, but we got some new streaming software and decided to give it a try out tonight, and it seems to be working really well.
This would make a real good cake slicer. Do you know what this is? This is a 16.5 rev up prop off of one of Windy's Spitfires.
Oh, that would be a great cake slicer.
Wouldn't
I
that
think we
cut it?
usually use
Wouldn't that cut up a nice big
I think
chocolate cake?
That's 16 inches.
16-inch, yeah. It's a
last
16.
year it's a carrot cake, but we
16.5
slice
rev up.
it up with we slice it up with a 14-inch master air screw.
Yeah, that'll do it. Perfect.
I'm not gonna go searching for the pictures, but if I find it before my birthday weekend, I'll put it in my folder and show it. Let me
This
try
is
to
the
screen share something and see
Yeah,
This
how
is
it
the
works. I gotta.
test the system, Rusty.
Wow, that works faster. Everything pops up super fast.
I think I'll do all
I gotta
my stuff
put
from the
in the
shop now.
pictures for. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm excited now about doing that. Can you see all the pictures on the wall in the background behind me?
Yeah.
I got all
Yeah.
those from Windy, from his workshop, from Windy Ertnowski's workshop.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I don't know if you ever watched Windy videos, but he had all these pictures in his shop, and he gave them all to me.
I saw a few of them. One where they toured the guy's basement. He had bicycles and airplanes.
Oh yeah.
He had so many bicycles, but the airplanes are just unbelievable, and the racks and racks.
Yeah. Hey, I can show you guys my airplanes. Hang on. I'll take you guys into the hangar. Hang on. Here's what we'll do.
All right.
All that engine parts the guy had and all that original stuff. New, unused.
I'll take you guys down to the hangar.
Tell me when you put them up because I'm off screen. I'm looking for pictures too.
Connection's still good, Leonard.
Okay. I'm heading in here.
Oh yeah, you got some racks too.
Oh yeah, I got some racks and lots of planes.
Yep.
Wow.
See if I can get in a little closer here. That there is my stiletto right behind me. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
SV11 down below that. Above it is my 90 powered outrageous.
Okay, everybody can click on his individual frame to make it big if you want to. I can't do it for everybody anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I did. It's looking good.
Above that is my Shark Attack, which was my first really good stunt model. Has a Super Tiger 51, weighs 60 ounces. I competed with that for a lot of years. It was a very good airplane, but it's pretty much retired at this point. Still flies good, but I'm just afraid of dorking it after all these years that I've had it.
You can tell.
And if we move over to the next rack at the top, we've got Naomi's Cardinal, Profile Cardinal. Then my new Cardinal. This is my new Cardinal, the blue and yellow one. The next one down is my Nobler that I built last winter.
The Nobler.
It's got a Fox 35 in it. I competed with it at Brodax. It flew really well last summer. Then below that, we have another Cardinal of Naomi's, which is purple and burgundy. And then we get down a little lower. We have two Twisters that are both hers, a purple one and a blue one. Then below that, we have an old Fancy Pants that a buddy of mine built, but I ended up inheriting.
I like the names of these planes that come up.
Whoops.
Outrageous, Fancy Pants.
Then just a couple of, like an old Buster and a...
I remember the Nobler from when I was a kid because my dad's buddy had one that was the flying RC. My dad had a Skyline and his buddy had a Nobler. And
is the Buster, is that the one that everybody says nothing can be done to make it fly very well?
Oh, the Buster flies amazing. I put an LA-25 on the Buster and it flies great. And I mean, it does the whole pattern without any trouble whatsoever. This was a buddy of mine's years ago, but again, it's another plane that I inherited. and it flies really good. I don't have any problems with it at all. It's a little old and tired, but it works okay.
Mike's screen again. Is somebody watching movies at your house, Mike? Can't
Just
hear
going
you.
through some
Yeah.
airplanes here.
Okay, now I can hear you. Everybody else is hogging your internet.
I'll put this away later.
You're gonna find the circuit breaker box and kill the outlets for their TVs. Dad, the TV's not working. I'll fix it tomorrow. Unbuilt kits.
Unbuilt kits. Oh yeah, piles of unbuilt kits, both Naomi's and mine. We have piles of kits that we still need to build.
Is that the
We've
lock
got
type wings?
we've got everything from twisters to foam wings to scale kits to everything bloody under the sun. Then if you move over a bit, you get to the balsa rack.
Yeah.
We have a rack full of balsa underneath the stairs. So yeah, that's where I make my selections to build whatever it is we build. So yeah, lots going on always. Back into the shop again.
I can't find my wreck folder. I had a great folder of wrecked airplanes, but I don't know where it is.
I hope I probably have one of those too somewhere.
Oh well. Maybe next time I'll find it. It's just something to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it back in the standard view now. I'm gonna unclick Lin back to normal.
Have you
Back to normal
switched your
size. Do
fluorescent?
y'all like it better on the grid view, or do y'all like it better on the thumbnail view, like we got it now?
Okay.
Did you switch your fluorescent lights to LEDs, Leonard, that are above you there?
No, they're just regular fluorescents.
Okay, they look good.
That's what I want for my birthday. How much do those cost? The like the 48-inch, or
Yeah.
I think mine
Yeah,
are 48-inch.
They're 48-inch and they're 4 tubes each one.
I saw
And
you can get the LEDs, but you have to take the ballast out of your fluorescent fixture.
yeah, I didn't do that. I'm just running them normal, but I have 3 of them in here, one over the center of the bench and one over each end. And boy, I'll tell you, it's nice and bright in here. It's great for building.
Okay, so I've got the fixtures mounted, 4 of them around my table on every edge, and so I got to take the ballast out of it before I put those LED tubes in them.
Yeah,
Is that right?
To read into it, it's pretty simple. You just run the wire straight to you eliminate the ballast basically because it's an LED light.
Yeah.
The confusing thing on all these new LEDs is getting the correct color, and because there's a yellowish one for like daytime.
Yeah.
There's a bluish white.
I can't stand that blue. You know what I do in the house with the CFLs is I mix them. I'll get some sunlight ones, and I'll put a bright bluish one in with it, and that's like good over the bathroom mirror. We got a 4-bulb fixture, and I do that. I mix them whenever I can, and that gives you a good mix of colors, and it works for proper illumination.
I can't seem to
But
get
the all blue or the all yellow, that sucks if you have all one color.
How do I get back to the big screen? All I've got is the 3 little thumbnails off to the side now.
The 4 squares at the bottom right.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the 4 squares. They seem to be gone.
Just slide your mouse without clicking anything, and they'll pop up at the bottom.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to get a mouse pad. Hang on. Let's find something here for a mouse pad.
Grab any piece of balsa.
Here we go.
As soon as you wiggle,
there we go.
see it, and then
Oh, that's much better. Okay, now I can see.
You also have
Perfect.
3 little dots where you can change your camera or edit your name in the setting.
Okay. Now the 3 little dots, how does that change the camera?
Well, when you click it, there's a list of options, and you go to setting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. As long as it's working well, I'm not going to screw with it.
But nothing to fear there. It's very easy, and you won't even use most of it.
Okay.
But just the settings one will give you a couple options, and you can switch to the. I'll do it right now. I'm going to switch back to the camera where you can see who I am, and no, it's that easy. It's just a.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And,
It flashed, but it didn't bring you up. Not on my screen. You guys are frozen, actually, to me.
Hmm.
I'm not seeing either one of. Am I still moving on your screen?
you look good.
Okay. See, you guys are frozen on mine. This is what keeps happening, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm
Well,
just.
it's probably never going to completely resolve. And
No, but it's
bandwidth
fine.
is a shifty thing, and
That's right.
you just have to deal. You just have to
Yeah, that's
accept
right.
it.
I mean, as long as you guys can hear me talk and I can hear you talk, it's all good. I'm not
Too bad
worried
all the
about
other guys can't see you, Leonard. You never look better.
it. Well, I don't know. I was a little younger one day. I think I looked a little better, maybe, but not much.
I can see the pictures behind you, just like I'm right there in the room with you.
Yeah.
I
Isn't
mean,
that
they look.
amazing, eh?
You got good video.
That's cool. I'll show you where I keep all my little parts and pieces. Look at that. I've got
Oh
racks
yeah.
and racks of little drawers. It's just ridiculous the amount of little drawers I have and organizing of stuff.
Boy, you wouldn't want to knock one of those over.
Oh
Oh.
God, no. When I moved, I knocked a whole set of them over. What a nightmare. It was just ridiculous.
They have little holes in the back where you can hang them on the wall, and that's where it really gets dangerous when they come off the wall.
Yeah, don't do I didn't do that. They're all stacked on top of each other on top of shelves and so forth.
Take advantage of gravity. Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it sure makes it easy. When I want something, I know where to get it.
And you got them labeled. Looks like
Every single one of them, like I've labeled every one. Like if I want to get some solder or something like that, if I want solder, I just go over here and I open the one I need, and boom, 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 I get what I want. There we go. Solder.
I don't have anything labeled, but my shop is pretty organized.
As long as you
I can
as
pretty
long
much
as you
know.
know where it is, that's all that matters.
memorize.
Nobody else
Yeah.
has to know. Like Naomi goes crazy. She comes down here, she can't find a damn thing.
Perfect. Well, she's
She's
5
get-
so she needs to know where something is.
She's getting better though. Like she spends enough time down here now that she can find stuff and she knows where certain things are in certain drawers.
I'm gonna go back to grid view. Y'all tell me which one you like better. That
Okay.
includes you guys. Anybody on telephones? Tell me if it doesn't work well for telephones.
Where all 3 of us are on the screen.
Yeah, we're on screen. I'm
Yeah.
on the laptop.
Where'd Mike Alonso go?
I don't know. Did he bail?
His connection was struggling because the kids, he had other people using
Yeah,
it.
I guess so. And I never heard Charles say goodbye either.
No,
But
I
he's
didn't
been
either. He
gone.
was just gone. He left soon after I came on.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go work and do some straightening in his shop. I think he was just here to help out
Just to
and
check it out.
We had up to
just
14
make
over
sure
there.
we had something going on.
That
So
showed
I
up.
appreciate you guys taking the time to come in and help me test it out. This is exactly what I want.
We
And
had-
he never looked as good as this does.
That's awesome. That's good. Good to hear.
So today, Rusty, we had 14 guys on there at the most. Someone always had to leave and go do something, but another
Yeah.
guy, remember, we hit 14, and it could get a little crazy with talking, but you know how it is. You've done 10 on Google.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect the like everybody's thing didn't degrade because there was 14 people. Everybody still looked good, So
That's
hopefully
right.
you'll have some good hangouts now.
Yeah. It's nice when I can be able to enjoy the show, because when everything's screwing up, I can't pay attention. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. Sometimes I get so busy, and that is even better for when the trolls come in, because the controls don't work very well when you click on the 3 buttons to hide somebody, and it takes it a couple of minutes and you don't know if it actually worked, and so it's maddening. And so I like it when I can and take the time to enjoy the show too.
The way they have us, like, you know, stuck inside, this is the best thing to have, man, where you can still connect with your friends and even get your kids hooked up. You can talk to your kids, things like that, you know.
I wondered if Jitsi had a personnel problem or shortage because, you know, of the, you know what.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it because YouTube didn't want us discussing it. So I understand that.
And you probably, just like Jitsi, I think it tells you you're live when you start. So you're live streaming. So that lets each new person that joins know that they're live, you know.
Yeah.
You know, don't use bad language and stuff like that, you know.
We've gotten a lot better about that. Yeah. And that's tough for me because I'm a cusser at heart.
Your crowd's pretty good. It's not
I'm one of those guys that can make cussing work for them. You know, some people just sound rude when they do it, but I can work it in, and you know, I'm a funny son of a bitch when I get to get in form.
I knew you were okay when I saw your Blue Oyster Cult shirt and Pony Express on
Oh,
your
yeah. I love Blue Oyster Cult. In fact, I've got my Pandora set to Blue Oyster Cult right now.
Oh, see, your voice is breaking up, Rusty.
And say what?
He's got a bad connection, Leonard does.
Oh yeah, I see you went gray. It'll happen now and then.
So many people are looking at news stories now. The kids learning at home during the week. You know, it's the demand on a system. They said they're going to try to keep speeds up because of all this extra usage going on.
Yeah.
But will it do any good? I don't know. This is Saturday.
Yeah, I think Lynn's having some bandwidth issues right now.
Oh, the other thing you can do too is on the lower right. At least you'll get this, Rusty, so you can tell the other guys. You click on that and look at the menu. Manage video quality.
Yeah, lower your video stream a little bit.
Low when we're having problems, and the other guys put in low, and it'll work fine. Your picture won't be as high def, but
it'll be there. Yeah, a lot of times Lynn has to turn his picture completely off. So
yep, that too. Where you
there he went. So it's just me and you now.
Sometimes we'll just hit the button and you'll just see this, but that lets it recover and come back to the green dot.
Yeah.
And turn your camera back on, you know, when you're downtown. So just little tricks you learn. And make sure that everybody knows those little tricks, and then you keep your Hangout going successfully.
Yeah, I'll try to get better about reminding people about all that stuff. And hopefully I'll figure out how to get it to follow me too. That's although it's I forget and leave people up in big screens sometimes, but I still like that I have that control to be able to make it sweep and do everybody at the same time. But
like I was telling you on the phone, it will be a little more demanding on your connection.
Yeah.
When you do that. So just the fact that they know they're supposed to follow you and you're the, even if you didn't turn it on, may improve the whole Hangout experience, you know.
The more they know about it. And I need to try, I've tried to get people trained up on popping the chat out of YouTube, narrowing it, minimizing partially, minimizing the main video screen and parking them next to each other so that you can monitor both. And because I need help on a busy night, I need help with the YouTube chat.
I always do that so I can see if someone's asking me a question or just to follow the conversation. Pop out chat.
Yeah. In fact, Charles has got assignment as a moderator, and if I could get a couple more people that had a moderator assignment. They'd have all the controls they need to eject somebody. Hey, Lynn.
Okay, I'm all
Yeah.
plugged back in again. I came back upstairs because every now and again the Wi-Fi just kind of goes blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your voice starts going funny and everything goes goofy, and then it all
When the
starts.
black helicopters fly over your house, they block all the signal.
Yeah.
That's
They've been
right.
circling here, man. I don't know what's going on. Something.
Yeah, it's the static from those carbon fiber blades.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it works better when I get plugged back in again.
I thought they were blasting me with signals or something. They haven't moved into town yet. I'm in a northern suburb of Detroit, 40 miles north of Detroit. And
Okay.
all people, not much business up here, a lot of trees, but the big cities are going to be seeing a lot of troops moving in.
I'm not too far from you. I'm just on the other side of the border, Chatham area.
Mm-hmm.
I can throw a rock from my house to Fort Jackson. So
Military base?
yeah, it's the largest basic training Army base in the world, I think.
Isn't that where Gomer Pyle was?
No, he was a Marine. He was up in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's right.
Was that Bragg? No, Bragg is Army. That would have been Paris Island, I guess.
Okay.
Andy Griffith tried to talk him out of it, and Sergeant Carter.
Yeah.
They
But they didn't call it a real name on Gomer Pyle. They called it something else.
They thought he was the general's son because of the same last name, Pyle.
That's right, Pyle, General Pyle.
General Pyle. I can't believe you guys remember all this stuff. I vaguely remember it, but not clear like that.
Sergeant Carter found out he wasn't related, and he goes, "What?" He was treating him special and everything. Yeah, my Stunthangar still low at work too. I hadn't used it in a couple months, so logged in, no problem. So that's how I got.
I lost all of my passwords that were stored by Chrome because they have sent my wife to work at home now. They won't let them come to the office if they're over 60 or take care of somebody who is compromised, which would be me. And she's also 63. And so she was setting up and had the IT guy from work and somehow wiped all of my Chrome stored passwords out, and they don't back them up, I think, for security reasons.
Yeah.
And I tried, I found the file in my last Sunday backup because I back up every Sunday and Wednesday. And I copied it off of the backup drive and pasted it into the main computer drive, but it didn't change anything. So I don't know what needs to be done. But the thing is now is I'd be overwriting the stuff that she needs. So I'm just going to have to redo it bit by bit by bit. Now I know most of my passwords, have access to them, but some of the ones in Chrome predated my other list. And so
you want
really,
your guys on each show is, and I've been hearing this for years, but I never had to do it, is to click the bell in YouTube so they get notifications. I didn't like getting notifications. It loads up your phone, and because the latest sub list would show all the latest videos. And since it's not showing up there, until they get that fixed, if they click that bell and subscribe, I do get the notifications from the guys I had to do that to. So that part's working.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to do that. They should just look at their latest subscriptions and see, oh, Rusty's got a live show, and go go to the forum and get the link and get in here. But that might be why you don't have anyone else in here. No one knows we're here.
Well, actually, this is Sparky's website we're on. Not mine. My YouTube site is called Rusty K.
Yeah.
The site we're on right now is Stunthangar.
I have both.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of the reruns are on my Rusty K site in order. in chronological order. But yeah, the you're right though. But everybody is getting the notifications when I post up on Sparky's site when I go live. So that's good.
Cool.
Hoping here to see Gerald, find out what's going on in New Zealand. It's nice to talk.
Yeah, I emailed him today or yesterday just to say hi and check on them and see how they're doing. And so yeah, I hadn't heard back from him yet, but he's a good guy. And I think they've been really busy because it's been summertime, and
Yeah, it's
right now
fall.
there, you can add 6 months to whatever month it is there and get an idea of what their weather might be like. And so it's like September ending and October coming
Yep.
in New
Oh,
Zealand
really? Oh, wow.
to
Okay.
us. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They're a half
That's
a year
cool.
in the Southern Hemisphere, and they're about the same distance from the equator south as we are north of the
North.
equator. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a pretty good way to figure it. So
Yeah.
yeah, if it's March here, then figure the weather ought to be like our September there. And
Okay.
that's pretty nice weather. And October is the most beautiful month here. And so they're in, coming up on April here, 6 months later, and that's October. So I figured that's what it's like down there. So anyway,
I wonder if are they dealing with this really bad virus thing there too?
It's
I want to know that too. I don't know, but
No. Okay.
probably.
Probably. I'm sure it's on their minds. If not,
if boats
Yeah,
and land there, it's there.
they probably have a lot of international flights coming in and out.
oh, for sure. So I guess you're staying hunkered down in the house now, eh, Rusty? Pretty much.
Yeah, there's not much of any place to go and do anything. I went out to the shop, last Sunday and sat out there with Bob Zambelli came by and we sat out there and played around
Okay.
in the shop for a while. And
Oh, that's good.
I hope to get out there tomorrow. It was 88 yesterday and
Wow, that's awesome.
about the same thing today. And tomorrow, I think the high is supposed to be like 58.
Yeah,
But I'm going to try to get out there.
it's 20.
And Bob brought me all of my supplies when he went by Brodak Hobby Shop. He was on the way back from Pennsylvania when he swung by here. And
Okay.
we just hung out for a while, had a good time.
Bob's a great guy. Him and I have been friends for years. He's awesome.
I got a bunch of 4-ounce dope colors and stuff like that, and CA tips and thin CA that I can't find in the stores around here. So,
Oh,
just stuff to
really?
get me by. Yeah.
Okay.
And last year, I've still got the stuff he brought me because I hadn't done anything with it. He got me fiberglass, light fiberglass, and all kind of
Fiberglass
good.
cloth. Yeah.
I'm pretty stocked up. I got 3/4. Yeah, I couldn't get 1/2 ounce, but I got 3/4.
Okay, that's good.
Just be real careful at everything, even eating food now, because you don't want to have to go to the dentist or any kind of doctor. Be very careful walking around. It's good to see you getting around better now, Rusty, and all the.
Off and on, yeah. I've been having hemoglobin problems, and boy, that'll put a kink in a hitch in your giddy up, as they say. But I seem to be on the incline from there, and good enough to where I can get out to the shop and mess around and have a little fun. So
That's right.
yeah, it just seems like it'll never end, but it's getting better.
Okay.
Just not on my preferred schedule.
Be real careful with
And
your.
I had a lot. I mean, I had a lot of stuff go wrong
No
all
kidding.
in 3 year period.
You got your money's worth.
Sure as hell did. Glad I got good insurance.
Yeah, I think the secret probably is now just go really slow and do what you can and don't push
Yeah.
it.
Be careful.
Don't push it. Just do what you can do.
I fell down about 2 weeks ago and busted this shoulder that I've got a big fat new bolt in.
Yeah. That's the one.
And like, good Lord, doesn't it ever get better? But it doesn't appear to have injured it. So
Well, that's a good thing.
raised area, and it's but I can still
It's back
move
on.
it around, and so I think it's okay. I
Okay.
hadn't gotten an X-ray of it, so I'm not going to unless I feel something wrong, because I'm not letting them cut me open for any reason.
I don't know.
And,
No, not right now. That's for sure.
no, no. But anyway, I'm on. I hope I'm on the incline. I hope I got
That's
enough
good.
life left in me to get back and fly a few more laps.
Sport. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you sound encouraged, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a big part of it.
I've been talking big about recovering for so long that it starts getting old after a while. But I just can't give up, and I've
No,
survived a
never
lot
give
of
up.
stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great way to be. I hope we can all be that way when we get a little older and start having some problems. You've been really tough through the whole thing. I give you a lot of credit,
Yeah.
Rusty.
Hey, you can't.
May will be 34 years straight dialysis without stop,
Right.
without
That's a
intermission.
long time. Wow.
The
My
one
goodness.
transplant didn't work, and so
I can never
and
imagine
and
getting old, but now that I'm 62 now, and it catches up with you. We didn't
yeah,
want to leave it up to about a year ago. I was still riding a mountain bike, long distance.
Yeah, what slowed me down was the heart attack. That slowed me down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that'll do it. I've never had one of those. I do have an artificial heart valve, which is the
Okay.
reason I've never gotten another kidney transplant, because
Hmm.
if you take the immune suppressants to keep a
Yeah.
transplanted kidney working, then your heart valve is at serious risk of infection, and so
Risk of problems. Yeah, it's not worth it.
I'm just sticking with what works. That was one of those instances where when something happens or seems to go wrong, you cannot look at it and discern good luck from bad luck when it's actually happening. You got to
Nope.
wait and see what shakes out down the road. And it's a good
Exactly.
thing that transplant never worked, because I wouldn't be here today if it had,
Wow.
because I would have had gotten that heart valve anyway.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you know,
So sometimes things happen for a reason.
Like a
yeah.
pig bell.
But hey, I'm the luckiest son of a bitch on the face of the earth. I've had in my retirement years, and that's been since '97 when I really took a hit.
Yeah.
I have had more damn fun than anybody ought to be allowed. You know, gotten back into flying and all this. I got
That's
friends all
awesome.
over the freaking world. You
Yes, you
know,
do.
you guys, and so I can't complain. You know, and the worst thing I can say they can say about me as well, old Rusty had a pretty fucking good run. You know,
That's awesome. Darn right. You make the best run you can at it, Rusty. That's all you
you
can
do.
do. That's all
Yeah,
anybody can do. That's
yeah.
all any of us can do.
And I always said I'll do it till I can't do it anymore. But
That's
when
right.
I suddenly couldn't do it, I wasn't ready to not be able to do it. I had been kicked up to the next class by, they didn't force me, but judges were calling me on the phone after Triple Tree Joe Nall 2017 contest. And I had won intermediate 2 years in a row. And all those judges, Bob and Dave Wenzel and Wayne, and they were all calling me on the phone saying, Rusty, you need to move up to advance. And I was loading the car Thursday night to drive to Huntersville to fly in my first advance contest when that first hip broke.
Yeah.
And so that was one of my bucket list things that has not happened. That's highly disappointing. And I wanted to belong in advance, and I would not have necessarily belonged there that weekend, but it wouldn't have been long before I did.
You know what?
And
If you were good enough to win an intermediate at Joe Knoll, which is a pretty substantial contest, you're advanced.
the
If you
Barrys,
and to
Derek
win it
and
and to
Dale,
win it
my judges.
twice, it's time to go to advance. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know what? You
The
should
first
be in
year I won
advance.
it, Derek, Barry, and Dale, his dad, were my judges too, and they're tough.
Darn right they are. They know. They know. So you know what? I would say yes, that's great. You should be flying advance. Congratulations. Good to hear.
Yeah,
That's an
I want one of
achievement.
them advanced trophies back there behind me though.
That's
But
awesome.
Yeah.
No, it still might happen. Just hang in there.
It might. It might not. But right now, I'd settle for just being able to sport fly. But I'm not up to it yet. I don't have enough balance and stamina, and
No, that's
it's
right.
slow coming back.
Very slow. It takes time, most definitely. And you know what the big thing is? Most of us don't have any patience. I didn't
Yeah.
feel right. I didn't feel right at all for a year, at least a year, maybe a year and a half after my heart attack. I felt just off, like I was always
A
getting up.
year.
Cautious, yeah.
A year
No,
is the minimum that it takes to recover from the most simplest surgery too.
yeah.
I mean, you gotta just
And I'd
know.
never had anything in my whole life. I'd never had any kind of real surgery or anything. And I couldn't understand, well, why don't I feel good? Like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. But, finally, after a year or a bit more than a year, I started to consistently feel better.
The
Yeah.
different medications they give you too, you
You
have
can
to
just get
Oh,
a
yeah, they
grip
loop
on
you.
it.
they mess you
And,
up.
and I feel like I just can't quite get enough grip to make it to the top of the hill, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll do the best I can.
that's all you can do. That's all any of us can do is keep
Cut
trying.
another slice of that cake with the master air screw propeller and see how many more of those I get to do.
That's awesome.
That one group I'm in, Rusty, they're doing like the off-air hangouts just about every day since everyone's stuck in the house now. And
Yeah.
I would expect to start seeing more people in there. It was a little bit weak on the one group I'm in. The group you saw today, obviously, we filled the screen easily. That's over in Britain.
Yeah. Looked like there was about 6 people in there when I joined it,
Uh-huh.
but must have been a lot more than that earlier on.
Oh, yeah, it fills
'Cause
right.
I popped into the middle of it. I didn't, I didn't really give it a close look. I skipped through and listened for 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there, and
Yeah.
just got to kind of see what everybody was working on.
And it's,
And the host seemed like a pretty good guy.
yeah, Paul's pretty good. He's been doing it for a long
Yeah.
time. He has a store.
And he'd look up at the camera. He'd look up at the camera and talk. So
There's a store he has over there in England, and he sells a lot of the stuff we use, sanding sticks and decal solutions and all kinds of different things. And he doesn't like you to mention other brands when you're on a live show. Off air you can say whatever. They swear up and down and all kinds of crazy stuff. But I guess you guys don't do the off air any much.
no, we only if something's broken, like
Yeah, when you have to.
last night. What's today? Today's Saturdays.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So our Friday night show was off the air, and it was strange. I had more people than I've ever had live. I think people
Go figure,
were
eh?
coming in from all over the place, but there were no YouTubers, of course.
No,
Right.
that's right.
But the trouble is it was such a bad reception, even without trying to stream, that the voices were not in sync with the pictures, and so we had to watch each other's lips and wait to see when we could talk and when we couldn't. And as the host, I just kind of backed out of it and let them go along because I was just contributing to the madness. And but that was tough. But it looks like we got good synchronization here tonight. So
Yeah, it seems good. Like with just the three of us going here, I haven't had a glitch now since I came back in. It's been really good.
Yeah, you sure haven't. And you are usually the worst one about voice and video synchronizing.
For sure, guaranteed.
I'll see your lips moving all the time when you're not saying anything over the speakers.
But tonight it's really good.
I'm
encouraged.
Something you could have your moderators do. Maybe you guys don't have that much to talk about or get together that often, but I'm a moderator in one of the groups I'm in, and I do hangouts just about every day, sometimes twice a day. So I stay up till 5 a.m. building these. I don't get up till.
Oh my goodness!
I don't get up till noon, Leonard. So I still get.
Yeah.
You still get your sleep.
That's why I was so slow to respond to you today, Rusty. I wake up and I turn on.
Yeah, you told me, and I realized that's what it was. So that's just your normal cycle. That
okay. But yeah, something Charles maybe could put a Tuesday show for but if the guys really don't have that much to talk about, you don't need to do it. But we do
Yeah.
it. We're all working, so we just turn it on and have someone to talk to while you're working. And you might want to ask around to the guys or what would be a good day and who else is a moderator besides Charles. Anybody?
The crowd varies. I think we touched on this when we were on the phone earlier today. Every few months, the core crowd changes hands, and it's different people. So, sometimes Gerald is always there, and other times Charles is always there. And so, if I could get several people out of each sample of our core groups, then somebody would be able to look after it. If two people can be watching that chat box, then that's enough. And sometimes Sparky comes in and he'll help me out when I have troll posting
like
stuff.
he's hot. He can be hot and cold sometimes too. He'll be on quite a bit for a while and then he's off for quite a bit. But then a lot of times I think with him, he's building and he does a lot of traveling too.
Yeah.
It's 2 spots. I watched all garage.
And he's working and he gets tired at night after he's worked all day. I'm sure he doesn't have the energy for it some days.
No, he's whipped. He works hard. He's a fabricator, and
exactly.
so he works hard all day long.
Most definitely.
I'm sure that he is a magnificent fabricator.
I guarantee it.
I
think Sparky's the type of guy who could fabricate or build just about anything if he had to.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
A natural born engineer.
Most definitely.
I watched his garage series all the way up to the finishing and the inking and amazing all the work that goes into that. Just put the skin on and go fly it. You gotta
to build a really high class, top notch stunt model is a heck of a lot of work. That's the reality of it. And you know what? You can't cheat. There's no corners to cut.
No.
If you cut corners, everybody knows you did it. Everybody knows you cut corners.
Even if
make it later.
Even if you can hide them, sooner or later that plane's going to be laying on the ground wide open.
Yeah, you know it. You know it, Rusty. That's exactly it. You can't cheat. You either did it or you didn't. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cutting a few corners on that Cardinal that I'm building downstairs. I told the guys there that a week or so ago that I'm covering it with iron-on covering only for 2 reasons. Number one, it's getting late in the season and spring's coming. I want to fly the plane. And right now, I just don't have the patience to do the all-out finish again. Next year, maybe I will.
You might have said that it's something that you just want to try and learn how to do too, right?
Most definitely. I'm doing the iron-on, and my goal is to do the best iron-on covering job I can do and just see how good it turns out.
For my dad's old.
What's that?
Selector.
Let me click on that.
My dad did his monitor. That's what.
A sealing iron. Oh yeah, that's one with a little.
Cool.
Got the Teflon one.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I was thinking it was one with a tiny tip at first, but yeah, you got to have that. In fact, I don't use a blow heat gun at all on most of my jobs.
I hardly use it at all either. I just use the iron.
Yep, that's what this is. Iron.
I would like to have one with the tiny tip on it.
This was $10.95 back in the 1970 era.
Wow.
Probably $50.
Wow.
Right?
What color is the shoe on that one?
You got both. You got the Teflon one. This is brown, and the original one's green.
Okay.
The brown one's got more of a point on it. This is the face.
Yeah, I had an iron that was brown back in the 70s, 80s. I think it was called, the name on it I think was Selector.
Yeah, that's what I just showed.
Is that what that one is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine has a very sharp tip on it.
This one's
but it's not the one with the dedicated sharp tip. It's just got a big wide foot like that with a very sharp tip.
I've lost the camera for Pat. I've got you still moving, Rusty, but Pat's
Oh,
kind of
really? I've got
not
Pat
moving.
on the big screen.
Oh, let's try
I'm
it
going to
again.
turn him back down to the small screen and see what it looks like.
this all came from
What's
Joe's
that?
hobby.
Heated and iron with a steam set.
Oh,
This all came from Joe's Hobby Center, which I know you guys know about, or Mike would. And it's $2.98.
Mike, oh, in Michigan. Is that in Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$2.98 for the
oh, there it is.
shoe. Super
Yeah,
shoe.
that's the old iron. I used that old iron, Pat, so long that I wore the finish right off the tip of it. Yep, same one exactly. Except my box was blue.
And I was showing the receipt.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
mine's
amazing.
probably mine's a
Turn
modern
it over.
one.
I
It's
want to see
probably
the top of it.
or something. But it works really well. It just, I don't know the temperatures on it. It's just got numbers.
Turn the iron over.
under it.
Yeah, that's exactly the one I had. That's phenomenal. Wow, that's so cool. But I wore the very point of mine. I used it so much it took the finish right off it. It wasn't brown anymore. It went right to steel.
Yeah, then it sticks to your Monaco, right?
Oh yeah, well, it still worked fine for me, but eventually it gave up the ghost.
Yeah. I usually don't even put a sock on mine.
I never use a sock. I find it doesn't heat up enough, even on the highest setting. To do ultra coat, I find it just doesn't have enough. I have 2 socks and I never use them. Every time I try the sock, I get disappointed after about 5-10 minutes and I yank it off and go back to just using the iron.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta, it's how much pressure you use. I barely touch it in a lot of places.
Yeah, because if you press down hard, you're gonna put imperfections in the wood and then you see all those imperfections in the finish.
Each row of monocoat's a little different, but once you get started, you can watch the color change with the temperature and regulate it like that.
Most definitely. I don't use monocoat very much.
I turn mine almost all the way up as hot as it gets.
So do I.
You can regulate it. Now, Ultra Coat has a
That's what I use all the
gap
time.
between adhesion and shrinkage, but monocoat, they overlap. The temperatures overlap.
Okay. See, I only use Ultra Coat. I don't use monocoat hardly at all.
You see, I got airplanes hanging in my model building room.
Cool.
That's rubber band, but that's a balsa my dad built.
Nice job.
And over here, I got a lot of cable now, so I can.
You build any paper planes?
I got some books like that. A bunch of different kits in them. Like they come
in. Cool.
Is my right side up? Okay.
Yeah, you're right side up. What's that number 68 plane? That's cool.
It's like a racing plane or something. My old little Tomahawk that you guys helped me figure out what the heck it is. That's the last plane I flew. I keep it hanging right above me here.
Very neat. It looks a lot like a baby Ringmaster.
Yeah,
it looks a little different.
We finally tracked it down, a little Tomahawk.
Okay, that's cool.
I think Dumas.
Very nice.
Forget who made it. But,
it's got the old Top Flight nylon prop on it.
Yeah, Rusty told me about those. Don't start it until you replace that.
Yeah, get that out of there.
Pardon my camera. I'm putting it back where it was.
You're pretty safe with an 049. It won't probably do much if it's a weak 049, but if you put it on a strong one, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, stay out of the prop arc. I have run them, but those are the only props I've ever had actually break when I was a kid. Because most of them were the Black Cox rubber duckies and they were indestructible, but those nylon top flights, I have had them just break for no reason.
You know what prop really works good on an 049 for durability is the yellow Tornadoes. Those things are indestructible. Naomi has one of those on her baby Ringmaster that she tries to do her stunt training on, and she whacks that thing into the ground probably 100 times a week. And that little propeller never breaks, but I can't get any more of them. I can't find them anywhere. Of course, they're not making them. They haven't made them in years, but I wish I could find some old new stock somewhere.
I still remember how they hurt when they hit your finger too. My dad had one
they
of the
do.
black rubber things that you put on your finger for starting the bigger motors. But
you should see how much they hurt when a Super Tiger 60 hits your finger and it kicks back.
You still got a finger.
Oh, you still have it. It's just that it'll sure give you a waking up.
Mm-hmm.
I've been bitten from everything from 60s to 90s to everything. They turn around every now and again. They bite you. Even my Rojet 90 bites me the odd time. Boy, it sure gets my attention.
Use the motor to start those? Or do you
I just use a glove. I just put a glove on.
move the camera up?
I still flip them with my hand, but I use a glove.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably got better stuff nowadays. Back then, there was just this short rubber thing. Once you bought
No, I don't use chicken sticks because they wreck props.
Yeah.
Especially with a wood prop. You want to destroy a wood prop, just flip it with a chicken stick a couple of times and it'll backfire. And then you've lost the prop.
I remember that name, chicken stick. Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever use one.
I've been out for a long time, but I remember it. That's why I like watching you guys. I remember the terminology, you know.
Anybody comes to the field with a chicken stick, I grab the chicken stick and I say, "What's that for?" And they say, "For starting the airplane." And I just throw it across the field. I say, "Now look, I'm going to show you how to start an engine, and you don't need a chicken stick.
Mm-hmm.
If you start it properly, it won't bite you that badly."
Get a couple rotations and prime it just right.
Well, you have to use a sequence, and if you use a proper sequence, generally it's not going to bite you. It will start and it won't bite you. And if it does bite you, it's not going to bite you enough to cut you. It's just going to get your attention.
It's like there's some of the little motorcycles that would kick back and really hurt your leg, and you're trying to, even the smaller bores, you know, it didn't have to be a big motor, but if you could.
Now, I will say that there are some engines that are a little bit over compressed or a little bit tight, and they will bite a little more and they bloody hurt. I agree. I have an Enya 15 that every now and again it'll get cranky and come back and bite me, and oh my God, it's only got a 7-inch prop, but boy, does it ever wake me up.
That's the biggest I ever had personally, was a 15 Enya on a Stuntman, I think.
Okay.
I found the plans just for the memories. You know, I got in a PDF file to look at the plans for those. And I showed Rusty before. I bought some from Brodax.
What's that? A Stuntman, a 15 size Stuntman 23?
Yeah.
Isn't that a cool idea?
But I got the little wizard.
So you just made it. So basically, you just made the plane bigger to put a 15 on it?
I think pretty sure, yeah. It's in a baby flight streak. So I got 3 of them from Brodax when I wouldn't even know Brodax existed if I hadn't watched her show, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully they stay around a while.
We're hoping.
Yeah, I hope so too. That baby flight streak was a real eye opener for me. It was the first plane because I'd flown nothing but half A, but it was the first time I'd ever flown a plane that made me feel like I was flying a real airplane. It actually had a glide to it, a manageable glide, and the way it went where I pointed it, it was just that was a whole new ball game.
That like night and day compared to the flat board wing.
Yeah. Now I had a lot of fun with my Stuntman 23, and it was just a flat slab.
Yeah, that's what my solid ball.
Good flying little airplane, actually.
Yeah.
You know, another one that flies really.
It turned into a test bed where I learned to use bladders too, and I broke the fuselage so many times I finally chopped it off and mounted the stab 1 inch behind the main wing, And it turned into the funnest little looper that I have ever flown in my life. It was amazing.
You know what I flew last summer, and it turned out to be one of the best flying little half-A planes I think I've ever flown, was a little jumping bean.
Oh yeah, I remember that name.
Yeah.
Remember the jumping bean?
Yep.
I flew one of those last summer. My buddy had one of those with a baby bee on it last summer, and it flew so well, I was shocked. I couldn't believe how well that little airplane flew.
That's what I bought when I decided I wanted to learn to fly loops. And
Yep,
after it
that
broke
would do
so
it.
many times, I finally jerked the bell crank out of it and smashed every rib all the way out to the tip. And I
Yeah,
rebuilt it
that'll
with
do it.
twin booms, and a little Satan style stab behind it, and put a
Okay.
Morvell 061 on it. And
Oh, God.
it was 6 ounces of pure stunt evil.
I bet it was. You probably couldn't even fly that now.
Fast response.
Not today.
Yeah, it'll give you a run for your money, I'll tell you that, Rusty.
Yeah, no shit. I renamed it the refried bean. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
The roof right beam?
Yeah,
I can believe it.
Especially you fly side handle too, don't you, Rusty? Instead of like straight up and down, you got
I do.
yeah. As long as you know up's up and up down's down.
Yeah, if I can find a picture of the dang thing. I'm not getting anything but food pictures now. It's working out
Hey,
for
send
me.
some of those over here. I like food pictures.
I don't get along with the search feature in Windows 10 at all.
Just send the food.
Yeah, don't send the food pictures. Send the food, Naomi says.
Yeah,
Can you slide a pizza through this thing?
I do everything on a like
oh,
an
come on.
it's a desktop Mac is what I use.
My Dropbox. I know I got the refried bean in there.
The refried bean.
Y'all are gonna like this. Hot link pics. Here we go. Let's see now. QRSUV refried bean. Y'all bear with me. I was proud of this thing when I built it. I know I gotta find a picture of it. Search, you bastard.
Your connection might weaken when you're sharing something, but so far it's
Yeah, it does. Let's see. Name. There we go. Okay, I hadn't found the folder, but I did find a picture.
I'm gonna lower my quality so there's less strain on the system. You're moving again.
Okay, open picture.
Done it yet? Oh, okay, just doing it now.
Come on, Bean.
Why?
I want to try it too.
You can't do that while you're on Stunthangar.
Why not?
Those guys will be sending your blood pressure
Okay,
through
here
the
we go.
roof. All they gotta do is start talking about how great electric is.
You be nice.
You're live, aren't you?
And how a Fox
Okay.
35 is the best motor ever.
Got it. Now, screen share. And this all works faster. Go to applicant window and refried bean and share. Wow, that works better than Jitsi. There's the refried bean. Can y'all see that?
No, I still see you.
I have to say entire window instead of application.
Really?
Oh, something's changed. There it is. We got it. Yep, it's
You
flaming.
got it?
Yep.
Is it big? Big enough to see?
Yep.
Okay, the only thing that's original is the cockpit. In the front is maple ply that I grafted onto it, and the rear is that you see the two booms, and that is not a stabilizer, but I did the hinges are stone Dacron on that, and you can see how I increased the wing area by putting a static flap behind the jumping beans, behind the jumping beans wing,
Oh, the heckle.
and that's a Norvell 061, and bladder was mounted right under the wing. But
Big motor too.
yeah, Norvell 061. That was my first Norvell. But yeah, it was a badass little bird. It folded a wing in the middle of a figure eight one day.
Oh,
Let's see if I can find the folder for that.
I mean, if you've had one since, good morning.
That tastes the same to me. But you know,
Open
like this
folder
stuff doesn't
location. That's
taste
what I
the
want.
same, eh?
Yeah, I put in one of these ones, and I don't know, maybe we still using the settings from this one.
No, with this you just select the cup size. There's no.
you're getting
It's not
sleepy.
like Tassimo. It doesn't read the.
Well, I can't
barcode.
seem to find anything with the search, so I'm gonna give it.
Large.
Anyway, at least I got to show you that. I was gonna show you my prop eating thumb, but I couldn't find that either.
I thought Leonard was going to go to sleep on us.
No, I was just checking my blood pressure here.
Oh, you're relaxing.
Yeah, 119/66.
Excellent, right?
Good. I was afraid the refried bean might have made it shoot up.
I couldn't get the picture, Rusty. All I got was you. You're frozen on
Oh,
my
you never
screen
saw
again.
it? Oh man, that sucks. Sorry about
I'll
that.
get it another time.
Yeah. I can't seem to search up anything tonight. And my little magnifying glass that I usually keep on my taskbar is missing. So
Okay.
I'll find that too.
I got to get going. The other guys going to be wondering where I'm at on the other
Yeah,
hand.
I'm going to get going too,
Yeah,
Rusty. So
it's
thanks
time for
again.
me
It
to
was
wrap
awesome.
it up too.
I told them I'd be
Turned
helping.
out to be a long show because I started almost an hour early.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was good. Glad we
But
could
hey,
get together.
y'all all thank Pat for turning me on to
Thanks,
8
Pat.
by 8. It's been a
That's
good
awesome.
program so far.
Continue on.
It worked good.
I don't want to see
Yeah.
it disappear, you know?
Okay.
No problem.
Thanks, guys.
Doesn't
Yeah, man. Y'all all have a great weekend.
You too, Rusty. We'll see you
Fair
Monday.
winds, tight lines, and have a good time. We'll see you Monday.
You betcha. Good night, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody. And let's see. Clicking out. Stop live stream. Okay. Goodbye. And it probably already stopped. And it's just me now. Come on, lady. Tell me the stream stopped.